All right, let's tell them about Bill Burr. Bill Burr, great guy to have on. We got to chat with him for a while. Really funny comic, super cool dude. A guy, my personal experience with him, didn't know him well, but we started voice texting each other during the pandemic, and it was a lot of fun because he goes, you know what? Well, you do it better. But, he was just...
No, go ahead.
We were just bitching about stuff, and it was really funny for a guy who I wasn't great friends with, but I always thought he was funny, and he always says ballsier shit than I do on stage, which is, that's... I always admire when people can do that. And he's sort of uncancelable. We talked about that, and we just have a lot of laughs. So when we see him one night, we did a show together. I have a picture of us, me, you, him.
That's right.
And Norm, maybe?
That was the night where, it was us. And he followed me and crushed, of course. And he was kind of humble about it. He goes, I was just riding the wave you made, So he's, there's a definite alpha power to him on stage, but he's kind of cuddly and he busts himself all the time. I'm a fucking moron. What do I know? I mean, but he is probably one of the top 5 stand-ups of the last decade.
And he fills some big rooms,
He's a brilliant stand-up. And he does ride that line where he can really comment deeply on things, but never cross it. Anyway, it's fun to hang out with. Very just a cool guy.
He does ballsy shit. Even his SNL monologue, we talked about that. There's stuff where I see him clips on Instagram or whatever, and I'm like, wow, like stuff that obviously isn't the general opinion, and he goes the other way with it, and that's harder because it can stop the crowd in its tracks. And then he digs out of it. He gets him to get what he's talking about, get on his side, and he keeps going. It's like shit.
There is that expectation. I mean, when they see you come out, are they thinking your movies? Are they
they don't know much about
they don't want to get really
the
political
stand up. No, they don't.
Right?
I've learned they don't like it too dirty when I'm on the road. They know me from PG-13 movies and sitcoms, and that's mostly it. They don't know stand up, and that's how I got started. So they don't know what to expect. And if it goes too rough, they don't like it, I found. And also, I'm not political. So if I got into that out of the blue, I think that would throw people off. So I just kind of do it. But I do like the stuff I'm doing. I don't really want to be there to have tons of walkouts.
Yeah, I like all flavors. Would I love to say what I want? But it's also just fun to try to make them laugh really hard. But for me, it's the whole weight of SNL on it and a few specials. But I can feel the whole audience kind of go like that when I go into a voice, an impression or something. So I can't complain. What are you going to do? It's nice. What are you going to do? I wish I always, when I was a kid, which I think we tell Bill, that I always thought the East Coast could beat up the West Coast. Like if there was a fight, the East Coast and the West Coast are meeting in Minnesota to fight. But I always wanted to be one of these guys. Like if I could talk like this is normal, it already has an aggression alpha male to it. How you doing? Give me a fucking cup of water. I asked you 2 times. What are you going to do? I need a fucking cup of water. I'm not going to ask you again, Paulie. Wouldn't you want to be that guy?
I like it, yeah, because that's always those pushy guys that when I moved to SNL, I didn't know women have accents too. Because I'm not like super smart, but it just never happened. It was always the guys like, it was like.
You mean them doing that?
And so when I see girls talk, I go, how you doing? Pretty good, guy. I'm like, is this what?
Well, it sounds aggressive. It's not sexual when you're with a woman like that. Take down your fucking pants and see what you got.
Where's the boner I heard about?
Come on. Hey, Barbara, come on. I said drop him.
Barbara. That's the best part. No, I was really taken aback. I'm like, because I'm from AZ in California. No, everyone has just the most blando.
I know. Hello. How are you? I don't have a voice and I don't have a face. I've said it before. I'm not even a human being.
Actually, turn off the camera. We look like shit. This is ridiculous.
Go wider, Evan. How much
wider or turn it off?
Evan Futsett is on Futsett. Evan Futsett is on camera today. He's a world-renowned cinematographer, and he goes nice and wide on us.
All right, let's get to Bill Burr.
We're almost 80. Let's get to Bill Burr because
here he is.
Okay,
Bill Burr.
No. Please. Bill, you just go out there and you say your truth and you go with it.
They know who you are in the comedy clubs. Nobody knows who you are here.
Is that what he told you?
That sounds like him.
Yeah, he was just no, but it was great advice. Say hello. Say you're happy to be here.
Be nice.
Right. Don't go right into the bits. Got it.
You're a gruff, no-nonsense comedian.
They have no idea who you are, so have a good show.
That's sort of it, right?
I'm selling out all over the world.
No, I came on as a host, not a cast member. So I didn't.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to you guys didn't happen to me. He was great.
No,
you jumped. You came on at the very end as the host, as the winner.
So, Bill,
Dana, what is it about you that makes you so great?
Yeah, what's it about you that makes you great, Dana? Because I'm curious.
That's a great question, Bill. I have no fucking clue. I'm just trying to survive on the planet. What's on your mind today? Because you're a man of a lot of thoughts.
Yeah.
That's kind of a myth. What is on my mind today? I would love a cappuccino.
Oh yeah.
And just sit there and watch everybody else driving around going nuts. You know, like yesterday, I actually had.
We can get you one. Where are you?
I actually had time yesterday with a buddy of mine. We went to this cigar shop on Larchmont, and it was everything I loved about cigars. It was just a bunch of knucklehead old guys sitting out in front of this thing, breaking each other's balls, just laughing. And one point where I'm listening to all their stories and, you know, about their families and sports and shit. I'm just watching all these people driving by in traffic. And I don't know. That was just one of those moments like, yeah, this is actually living.
Yeah.
That's like real life, as opposed to I got to write a new joke. I got to go here. I got to call this guy. I got to do this.
I got to go on two famous guys' podcasts so they can show off the background of their multi-layered mansions. I see what you guys are doing. You're building a brand.
Picasso. Yeah.
I'm at a Ramada Inn. I hope you could tell.
Oh, is that what it is? That looks like a mansion to me.
How you landed that stand-up on SNL, because I watched it again today because I like to do homework.
I saw
just sort of phones it in.
Monologue. Yep.
That was like threading the needle. What would you call that? I mean, you'd vetted that in the clubs. You knew where all the laughs were, or how did that feel going out there with a crowd that maybe didn't know you that well, with that whole white women and all that?
I just always look at it like I'm not trying to be. I'm not being malicious. So, and then it just because somebody heard it maliciously, that doesn't mean just because you hear it doesn't mean that's how I meant it. And if I tell you that's not how I meant it, like you don't get to overrule my own thoughts. Like it gets to the point of like, yeah, I know what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And then also what is going on social media in cities like LA and New York is not even all of LA. It's not real. It's just sort of this small group of people running around like Chicken Little. Like somebody asked me recently, said, what's the biggest thing threatening comedy? I was like, there's nothing threatening comedy.
Well, that's good.
Like there's some asteroid coming here with some,
comedy
hairy-legged feminist on it. It's just like, I'm always astounded with how not funny the people that are telling people what's funny and isn't. Like it goes back to like the when I watch sports, the amount of just out of shape fat fucks questioning
that have opinions.
Like, what was you doing on that play? You should have ran. It's like, when was the last time you ever ran other than to a fucking buffet? So I mean, I think that's just part of anything that you do. I mean, presidents have to listen to comedians making fun of them, oversimplifying world events. I do that all the time. Like, hey, why don't you just do this? You know, no education.
You go to Saudi Arabia, you tell the guy you need oil, and you get the oil.
And tell everybody to chill out.
You smack them around. If you got to smack them around, you smack them around.
I'll be selling my me for president T-shirts after my set.
Yeah, every president goes in when they win the first day, and they get in a room, and someone goes, forget your whole campaign, forget everything. We're starting from scratch right now. This is how it really works. And he's like, oh, okay. What
there was a kind of a sensitivity to Biden, just from someone who does impressions initially, right? The first 3 months, you start to go into it, depending where you were, and the audience get quiet. They wouldn't boo. They just get quiet. Because I think it was sort of, he was supposed to be the grandfather of the country and calm us all down. This was like in April of 2021.
I don't think that's who he was. I think people wanted anybody but Trump, so they picked a warmonger with dementia.
Right. And if you ding the demented war guy, if you ding him, you're making the Orange Hitler happy. So you don't want to make the Orange Hitler happy, so you can't ding the demented guy. It's a vice.
I think I think both sides can agree. Our latest 2 representations have been the worst representations. So.
Can a brother get a JFK? Can we get a 45-year-old horny guy who can really speak, talk,
Go back
and
to
walk?
the horny guys.
Well, I mean, just somebody with some, something. But
did David really just apply chapstick during this podcast? Did that just happen?
No, Bill. It's called Viagra, and I put it on my lips, and it travels down to my rock hard boner.
Sorry.
Well, that's. Do you ever hang out with someone and they're telling a story and they compliment their dick? They go, "So I'm with this girl, right? And I've got this huge hard on." Says who?
That's what I was trying to do.
Too much information. I don't want to know about it.
I will say, though, I always thought a rager was funny.
Raging boner.
I got a raging hard.
Just a rager, yeah. I got a rager.
And you're just at a restaurant with a guy. I got a rager on.
Yeah, it just comes
Rager's
up.
funny to me because no logical decision is going to make. Once it's a rager, it's driving the ship.
It's kind of angry. Yeah.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I had a raging rod like 24/7, and I remember just staring at girls in class just going, I can't think of school. I can't think of anything. Like, it's wrong. I shouldn't have this. It's unfair. Because the girls couldn't give a fat fuck about me. So they're just like studying and looking. I'm like, how are you looking at literature? That was one of my classes.
And what was your nickname again, David?
There was a couple.
School?
There was shrimp cocktail.
Shrimp cocktail.
There was Sprout, which was horrible because it was based on the Jolly Green Giant and his little green sprout. Remember that?
And that was
fucker?
the name of him?
Oh,
okay.
Remember that? That was brutal.
Were you big in high school, Bill? I mean, were you a small guy or were you average? I
was a face in the crowd. I wasn't cool. I wasn't a nerd. I was just there.
A face in the crowd. Were you? Did you do any athletics at all?
I got a D in math in 5th grade, and my dad pulled everybody out of sports because I think he just didn't want to go because he was antisocial. And then I remember after high school, he said to me, he goes, "How come you never played football?" I was like, "I thought you didn't want me to." He goes, "No," which is complete horse shit because I did play football. I did play football, and all he screamed and yelled about how I was knocking what little brains I had out of my head. He kind of saw CTE before anybody else, I guess. So there was that. But I played like baseball. I played like pond hockey and stuff. I played a lot of sports, but not organized. So like we used to have this great game every Friday just a tackle football game in the outfield of some little baseball field, minor league baseball field there for the kids. And we would just tell the stories and make everybody laugh on Monday, I remember. And then word kind of got out about the game. And then the more popular athletes started playing. And then like all of my regular friends just like tapped out and they stopped going because the competition got too high, I think. And it was only like me and like 2 other guys stuck around to get our asses kicked. But it was more like that. But I was definitely I wasn't a nerd, but I wasn't part of the cool kids. I was right in the middle.
Nerd is at least some, moniker. Just being a face in the crowd is almost worse. Just you're part of nothing.
Oh yeah, if I didn't do what I did for a living, everyone would have forgot about me.
By now, they would have forgot long ago. Yeah.
What was that? What was that orange kid's name?
That's right.
Patrick.
Total ginger.
I have a poster of me and I have this picture of me, Bill Burr, Dana, and Norm. Do you remember that night?
Mm-hmm.
I have that right on my wall.
Oh, I sent that to you, right?
I have one
I sent
too.
both of you guys.
Yeah, I've got it here somewhere.
Yeah. And Dana's is in the garage, but mine's up. And that was a fun night. I think it was my night where I got to pick people to go on at the Comedy Store, just like a stupid night. Like, do you want to have your own night? You pay your friends nothing, and then you keep a little scratch from the door. I'm like, that sounds fun. So we went, and Norm. I can't even remember anything about that night with Norm. Do you remember anything? That was a fun show, though.
I do. I remember that was like a make-a-wish for me because it was like 3 of my most favorite comedians and guys from SNL on that show. And I was just sitting there going, I can't believe these guys even know who I am and would want me to come down there. And I remember Norm was, as always, holding court.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the most quiet, slowly, like it. Usually if somebody's holding court, they're loud and boisterous. And he just is sort of like really still.
Us.
And he would just get that look on his face. And you're like, oh,
I hope this isn't coming.
This isn't aimed at me.
No, he took up a lot of space. He was sneakily a pretty big guy, and he was laying back on the couch, like laying way back backstage.
He was kind of big.
The Comedy Store, and you're right. It's so laissez-faire, like, hey, there's this guy, shot his wife, right? And you just lean in because usually it's something's kind of brilliant or bizarre. I mean, he had an irresistible rhythm. Sweet Norm. We do Norm because we miss Norm. We don't feel
No, everyone knows that. We think Norm's hysterical. Even if we say something he did that's crazy, it's still out of good thoughts. It's
I like when you guys do with those other stories because it humanizes him. Because it's like, oh, he could be a dick. Everybody at some point is a dick to their friend.
Sure.
Well,
I was mad at him during COVID because he kept saying, David, let's go to dinner. And then I go, all right, how about Friday? He goes, what? I go, how about Friday? He goes, what about COVID? I go, well, Norm, just come to my house then. You sit 20 feet away from me. No, we can't. And then he doesn't drive. Everything about him was a total fucking
Norm
hassle.
was a raconteur. He was he was a flim-flam man. He would but I would just start laughing every time he would say something that was a couch message toward me. Like he would point out the worst part of my act, the most climbed, helpless, kind of begging for a laugh, stupid impression. And you go, yeah, you should do more of that guy. That's really funny. And I knew he was fucking with me. It just, he was a charming,
there's a lot of gold in there.
Yeah, it's really good when you do Richard Nixon, right? 'Cause a lot of people remember him, right? Yeah, more of Richard Nixon. That'll make your act.
I did Dennis Miller's show in the old days, Bill. You were just a little toddler.
Dennis is another brilliant guy. Yeah.
And Dennis Miller had a few iterations of his show, and it was like a, talk show. So I don't even remember. Me and Norm were on there, and I see this clip a lot. So Norm's on. I'm the second guest, so I guess I was already on, or we were on together. And he's telling Dennis this long story about I guess, I thought it was boner pills or something that can't get boners. And he goes, and then they always have these commercials like, hey, do you need a rod? Do you have to get your dick hard? And I'm like, why are they sending it to me? This commercial's for guys like Spade over here. But actually it was, and I was gay in the story. So at the end he says that, and Dennis goes, oh, we're both like, you went all that way just to end with fucking ripping me, and then it got a huge laugh when he ripped me, and then they went to a commercial. I go, God damn, Norm. Yeah, but it's kind of fun to be a part of.
That was just Norm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that clip.
I think, first of all, I might have introduced Dana to Bill backstage at the store once. I think Dana and I came in.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, Bill Burr's here. You want to meet him? And we went back and said hi to you, and you Bill were great. And then Bill and I used to also leave each other, which I kind of miss, those text voice messages. And when you're going to do that with Bill, they're the fucking funniest. Just no matter what he's saying, it's just funny to me. So we would rag on different people. We won't say who, but we'd rag on people, and it was hysterical. So then
that was our COVID. That was how we got through COVID. We just left each other voicemail, and then in the end, we would always say, "We got to go get dinner sometime,"
because
we never did.
Allowed.
And then
we weren't allowed. But I could handle dinner with you, and we could drag Dana if we want.
I'm a homebody, but I will come out. We all had dinner together. Who else was there? It was Kyle Dunnigan and Nikki Glazer and
at Coy.
Bill. Yeah.
I wasn't at that one.
Oh, you were at the one, just three of us later.
Did you go to any, Bill? Did we go to dinner?
Yeah, in the back room.
Yeah, the back room. Like Lovitz or somebody else was there. I can't remember who.
Hello.
We were technically breaking the law, or I think it was like a speakeasy back there. It was a special COVID room. We had our masks off. Yeah.
I had dinner with Lovitz the other night.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Was it? Did you just run into him, or was it planned?
No, no, it was totally planned, and yeah, he just shit on me the entire time we were
Bill.
hanging out. It was
Nice,
awesome.
funny.
So, Bill,
Yeah,
how are you? Are you making like $1 billion?
Yeah,
Stuff like that.
here's something that could help your act.
Oh yeah, he's always got a lot of act ideas. He
No,
told,
it's not ideas. He's just trashing me.
oh, he's just trashing you. He tells me, you know what you should do, and this would help everything, and then he gives me a horrible idea. I'm looking at this, by the way, Dana. You know the Wilbur Theater in Boston, which I think I've played. You've played.
I played it. I shot a Goofy special there.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Now, Bill,
that's
do you
a
know what
fun
I'm about
place.
to say? I don't want to give Bill any compliments. I promised myself I wouldn't.
It's a compliment alert.
Yeah, he has done 19 shows in a row there. 19 in a
And
row.
then John Mulaney did 20.
Oh, he
So,
did? Just to
I'm a
fuck
ha-
you?
I'm a has-been.
Oh, what a joke.
Mulaney.
You are. This is
Oh,
embarrassing.
wow. So that throwdown, that's the gauntlet. 21's the new standard. It's like being the world
Yeah, and
champion.
here's the thing. I'm from Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Mulaney's from Chicago. So what he did was not only one more, it was also more impressive. So you can take that compliment, Dana. You can send
No.
it right over to John Mulaney.
John Mulaney's
No,
so big
I don't know.
now that he played Nebraska. They set up a stage in the corner of the state, and they just the whole state stood up, and they had loudspeakers. So
He's doing
he's-
50 states, one state each, the whole
But
state
who's the
count.
guy? Who's the motherfucker who sold out Fenway Park? Who the fuck was that? That's 35,000 seats. Who was?
How do you even do it? What do you do when you go there? Do you have any local bits? Like, I was over here on Apollo Boulevard, and everyone's like, fuck yeah, guy.
Yeah, there was a lot of that, talking about
That was
drinking.
a lot of, yeah.
So that was just
Drinking
a
and driving
2
and-
months ago, right? Yeah, you sold out Fenway Park.
Yeah, that was...
Was it during a game and you came out at halftime? Or what happened? Or was it just for
Was
you?
it a bucket
It was
ticket?
kind. It was. It was kind of perfect. It was like a perfect night for baseball, and it turned out to be for comedy too. And everybody came out for the comedy, and it was like playing a giant comedy club. I can't explain it. It was.
Okay.
I can't
I
imagine.
didn't have to speed up or slow down or adjust. It just was me telling jokes and them laughing, and every once in a while, I would just sort of look in the crowd, and just at the back of it, I just, above home plate, it said Fenway Park. I still can't believe.
Where were
Shit,
you?
my
Where
God,
was this
that's
stage?
wild.
Second base or a pitcher's mound? Where was that little stage they had you in?
It was
how
out.
they
No,
do
it was
it?
out in center field.
Center field. Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
center field. So how they seat it is everybody sits on the outfield. They keep
Oh,
the
okay.
infield. Yeah, that makes you feel better, Dana. Oh, it's not 35,000 seats.
Oh, yeah,
But
that's
because
probably
the-
about
the-
8
I just got to
grand,
get a
yeah.
pin. I
8
want to cross that out.
And then and then the stands were filled up. There was a few scattered singles left or whatever.
Mhm.
That's just a product of the internet, how that ended up happening, because the internet destroyed the music industry, and I just feel like it created a vacuum, and something else had to fill it. And I think the way
Oh, interesting.
well, just the way comedians are, because once people hear our jokes, we have to come up with something new again. You can't tell the same
Mhm.
joke again. Everybody on the internet's just like, oh my God, I saw that clip a week ago, blah, blah, blah. So like the way that we have to keep going, and the way people on the internet just want to keep seeing something new,
New
what's
stuff,
the new
yeah.
latest thing, it just sort of meshed, because it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. It wasn't like this. It was Steve Martin was playing big arenas when I grew up, and maybe the Blues Brothers did a couple, and I can't even think of just comics that were maybe George Carlin.
It was Carlin, Cosby,
Yeah, Cosby.
Steve for a while. Robin
There was
was
a
really
couple.
big.
Oh,
Yeah, I
maybe
don't
Robin.
know.
Yep.
I don't know if Robin played stadiums, but
But I'm thinking like 3,000.
Dice Clay.
like
Dice
big-
Clay was a guy.
Yeah,
Clay
Dice
was-
got really
Dice-
big. Yeah.
Dice was the first guy to do the arenas
Yep.
before Steve Martin, and then Dane Cook started
Yes.
the new thing where he kind of showed people how to brand themselves on social media and be directly linked with your fans and build
Yeah.
a fan base. I still think you got to be at some level compelling. You can't just
Yeah.
go on the internet and just be like, hey,
Sure.
I want some fans.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
But we talked to a lot of people on this podcast who have leaped to Madison Square Garden, like John Mulaney, and Bert Kreischer is doing 10,000 seaters. He's huge in Germany and Australia. It's just this new This new thing of we're podcasting and Netflix specials. It seems like
Segura.
so many people not doing like 3,000 seat theaters like you'd think they'd be doing. Or 6,000 seat theaters, but up to sheds and mini arenas. So anyway, it's fascinating. You're one of them.
You're one of them.
Oh yeah. And
You're one of only like 100 that do it.
I know. And I'm saving the money too, because I know this is a real estate bubble. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm saving
But
the money.
I don't see people getting tired of laughing though. That's another thing too. It's not like I think the thing that probably takes you out is if you stop going to the comedy clubs as a performer, because then you start aging in dog years. And there's something about going down there, not like you have to pretend like you're young. You still act your age, but just being around young, you just sort of absorb how to still be a 54-year-old guy like me, but be relevant. Where I remember, when I was coming up, the Holy Grail was not anybody going to Madison Square Garden. It was getting a sitcom that made it to syndication.
Yeah.
And I remember
100%.
I saw a good 3 or 4 of those guys come out of those 8-year, 9-year, 7-year runs on a show and go back to a comedy club with their act from 7 years ago and just
I feel attacked.
Eat a dick.
That was me.
One of them was definitely David Spade. Like, Dana, did I ever tell you how disappointed I was the first time I ever saw David Spade?
No, let's hear that story.
Oh, it was just all attitude. There was no punchlines. He
No
was just
jokes.
like, yeah, I'm on TV. He had a seashell necklace. I just, it was just terrible. No, I'm kidding. Actually, the first time I saw Dana, he was on a payphone outside of this. How long ago? Payphone outside the Improv on Melrose, and he had a hat on, because he was on SNL at the time, or maybe he was. I think he was doing the
Maybe
movies.
just
at that
shoot
point.
me or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just remember thinking like, holy shit, that's fucking David Spade.
Yeah.
It's a big moment. Then I got to know him. I was like, oh,
This fucking idiot.
He has been
David
part of the
Spade.
comedy landscape, David has, for 40 years. It's unbelievable.
Let's not round it up, you fuck.
For
Jesus.
62
34,
years.
like late 80s was that Young Comedians special with Dennis Miller.
Did you see that?
I loved it.
Oh,
you,
that's great.
Schneider, Jan Karam, Drake Sather,
Drake was great. Yeah, Fred Stoller,
Fred Stoller. Oh, you bastards!
Warren,
I'll take you all down with me.
Freddie
Was
Stoller.
it Warren
that's great.
Hutchinson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Passed away soon after. I will tell you that special. What I remember is I wasn't supposed to be on it.
No more.
Oh yeah,
What?
that's
What?
you too, bit. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I remember all that shit.
I don't know what you're saying, dude. I don't even know which one of you guys is singing. I'm supposed to read your lips.
Yeah.
Those were I stumbled into some good jokes starting out because I didn't have a lot to compare it to when I was in Arizona, and so I couldn't really copy everyone because I didn't even know what was going on. When I first went on, this sounds crazy, but it was just a comedy club, and I decided to be fun to go do comedy. And I was telling the guy before me some stuff from a Billy Crystal album I was going to do, and he goes, "Yeah, I wouldn't do that." And I go, "Why?" And they want you to just make up your own stuff. I go, "Oh, well, that's fucking." Who does that? Like, that's way harder. I just thought I was such a performer. I go, I could do this because I memorized it. It was so dumb, but I didn't know anything. I was 19. And then, so I did Billy Crystal's act for the first 4 years. And then, no, I didn't. But I did get stopped, luckily, because I would have done, it wouldn't have killed me because it's like a dumb club, but I didn't know anything. So then you get older and you try to do better, but I don't even know where this is heading. I have no idea.
I think you're more experimental, and then you kind of learn how to do it, and you get more, sounding like a comedian. Then you try to get away from that.
That's special. Did you ever audition for those? Because they had them for a while on HBO, and that was sort of the only game in town in L.A. We would do it, and then every year it would come around, and you try to get, if you had an agent or a showcase the Improv, to get your young comedian special, and then they said next year will probably be your year. I did it 3 times, didn't get on. And that one, they picked 5 and they said, shit, you were sick. Sorry. And I was like, oh my God. And luckily my management was somehow producing that year only. And then Dennis Miller was the host, and they both said, squeeze one more asshole in there. Who cares?
And Dennis Miller championed David.
Yeah. Dennis helped me get on that. And then we did it. And then Warren, I remember I thought it was so ballsy because he was a crowd work guy and he was doing crowd work on the special. And they couldn't use all of it because it's like, this guy, where'd you eat tonight? You know, some nights that's really hit or miss. Some night it kills. And that night it wasn't killing. And in my head, I was just going over my 6 minutes every night going, how would you do just the gamble of getting on this thing and doing crowd work? He did pretty good, but overall it came on and Rob and I got SNL off of that for sure.
I've always hated crowd work, forced crowd work. Like if you go up there and something happens and you interact, that's cool. But to just go up there and do that, like, I just feel like the crowd always, like, no matter what you say to them, they like lose their mind. Like, oh my God, how did he just come off the top of his head to tell me to go fuck myself?
That's right.
I always just thought it was, I felt that way. And then I also thought like doing jokes about sex, unless you had a really specific story.
Mm-hmm.
Because I did both of those things. I played with the crowd, and I also had like sex stories, and it was just like, I remember being on stage, like as the crowd was laughing, it's like, it's not that funny.
Yeah, you even telling the crowd it's not that funny.
Like, settle down. It's like everybody laughs at a dick joke. So, and then I also noticed, when I was on the road, a lot of the road dogs, like when you were wondering when they were going to wrap up their set, was when they started talking about sex. It's like, all right, he's working towards his closer. And once they started talking about sex, they never went anywhere else because nothing could follow it. Yeah.
Have you ever seen a guy at the store or you're at the Improv and they do, to the audience at home, when you get the light as a comic, let's say you're doing 20 minutes, they give you the light at 17 or 18 minutes, meaning if you don't know where you are, you've only got 3 minutes left. So you see comics do that, and then they do another chunk, and then another chunk, and you're waiting to go on. And then they have the balls to go, so what else is going on? You have to be off 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, what else is going on is the fucking light came on. Yeah.
Yeah, or do it at the beginning, and don't milk it. You're supposed to walk off. You're trying to stay on now? Oh,
Bill, in your early days and stuff, did you have auditions either for a manager, an agent, TV show, or stand-up where it didn't go so well?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let me hear one of those, because you're so confident on stage in these last 10 years.
The first 15 years of my career. I remember I finally killed on one of them, one of those awful showcases, and the lady was, and some big woman agent, my manager at the time, asked, "What you think?" She's like, "He's funny, but he has a weird look." And I knew what that meant. It meant he's a redhead. He's a ginger. It was like a rule. Like, it's like,
wow.
He's like the friend. What am I going to do with this? He's not getting the girl. He doesn't get the gun. It was like, all right, well, if we need another Ralph Malph, I guess I found the guy. So there was a lot of that. There was,
Ralph.
I don't remember. It was so long ago, but Jesus Christ. I mean, I was a terrible actor, and I would go in, I would make these big, dumb choices, and I would bring props in, and all, just desperation.
I did props.
What turned it? When did you get your style and start to kick ass? I mean, how many years in did you become Bill Burr? Like 15 years?
Yeah, 17. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
17-year overnight success.
No, I think I did that half hour for HBO, and that got me a little momentum. And then, I just had to keep doing specials. With each special, I got a little more credibility, and it was, I kind of had to go the long way around, but I was happy. Like, I didn't really start making good money until my 40s, but I feel like that's a better route to take than to be like David Spade and be like, like the Leif Garrett of comedy.
Right.
21, he was in a movie.
Yeah.
21.
Being on the cover of Dynamite magazine. Remember that?
If I wish. Yeah. I wanted to be on the cover of anything.
Did somebody just knock? Oh,
get the fuck out.
Cappuccino. Yes.
It's fucking here. What's with cappuccino? Can you just drink coffee?
Deal with cappuccino.
Sorry
Thank you so much.
You gotta have a fucking foam on your coffee? What the fuck is that
just drink
about?
coffee.
What is this guy? Got a little sugar in his tank?
Jesus! Now we're gonna get full Bill Burr now with the caffeinated.
You know what's funny? Now that people now realize that being homophobic is a stupid thing to do. Like, I don't think they'll ever understand just the littlest of behavior that would just get you gay bashed, even as a straight person. Anything if you picked up a coffee cup, if your pinky was out a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Whoa.
The size of what David was just drinking out of, forget about it. Over.
They would even make fun that I'm putting lipstick on.
Oh yeah, you couldn't possibly do that.
That's.
I just like how you're doing that with while having the audacity to have a nice Burt Reynolds mustache.
I got a cool beard. God, it's gray. It's so sickening.
I like it.
It's see-through, dude. I don't know what to do.
It's very Dwayne Allman, or Greg Allman, I'd say.
I know. I get compared to people that are horrendous, and that's it's fine. But I like Skinner.
No, I ain't no angel.
Listen, I'm going to give Bill not a compliment. I'm going to ask him a question.
Okay.
When you were on, sick of complimenting
we can give him a compliment.
No, he's done.
Yeah, but maybe not.
It's gone
yet.
too far.
Yeah.
When you go to SNL, because again, you skipped our brutal crybaby shit about how we were there and we were ignored by Lauren, but you just went as a host, so you're the jolly good fellow. Do you? Because you're a great writer, do you write sketches, or do you just say, do you start the week and go, I'll do my own monologue, I'll worry about that, but you guys write me sketches, or do you say, I want to help write a sketch or anything like that?
Well, I've only done the show once, so I came in there and whatever they wanted to do, I was cool with. And fortunately, they had really funny ideas, and I loved the ones that they picked. And it was just like, writing stand-up comedy and then writing sketch are two completely different things. I learned that the hard way.
I found that out too. Yeah.
Yeah. It's two completely different things. So I just was, I got some good advice from people. Like, they would come in, all you got to do, you know what? Oh, Chris Rock hosted the week before, and I was in town early enough that I got to watch him do his show. And he told me afterwards, he goes, it's just go out and kill the monologue. That's what you have to do. Kill the monologue, and then you're going to be working with these sketch actors, and they're gonna as long as you're Pete Davidson helped me out too. As long as you're cool, as long as you're a cool guy, everyone's going to help you out. If you're being a dick, then that's the treatment you're going to get. So I pretended I was nice, David.
Yeah,
that's what I did.
That's tough for 6 days or however long it was. You had to bluff them. But yeah, you're right. When everybody's good there, and everybody, you realize later, wants you to do good. It makes them do good, look good. So you put your trust in. Some comics would come in and say, like even Dice, but I understand back then they go, I got my own writers, and I know what you guys are going to try to make me do, but we want to do funny stuff. And already it's like antagonistic. And
I was going to say that's a fun way to enter.
Yeah, that doesn't go well because I got hired as a writer mostly, and you're hiring a guy because I've got a decent stand-up act, basically 25 minutes, but I'm supposed to write sketches, which is a whole 180. I mean, I did think I had some funny bones to me, but it took so long to figure out how to write a sketch. It's just a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
And then I like the one. I was just thinking, I saw one where you were a sports guy and the Bears beat to explain it at home. 2 sports guys. Keenan is one, African American female is the host. You're the guy saying, hey, my team beat the shit out of your team. And then what happened was an African American kid was shot the night before, and no one saw the game except you because you're white and you didn't see. And I'm thinking, well, I guess Taylor Swift isn't doing this sketch. But I was thinking, this is the one Bill would say, give me that one. Or they would write for you and say, someone will come along and do this. And it's interesting that they give you stuff like that because it probably is more exciting to do.
Well, what's funny is the people that are gonna get offended by that are actually white people who get offended for black people. It's just like you're not, and I feel like the white people that are like that, it's because they have such little interaction, with anybody else, so they don't understand like where or what is funny or what. As long as you're not being malicious.
Sure.
And then the fact that there's 2 black people in the sketch, you got to think that what you're doing, they're cool with. that it's
Like they've
supposed to
never
be
heard
funny.
the sketch until you're doing it. They're like, wait,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
But they'll come out, oh my God, my heart breaks for Keenan in this sketch, you know? And they'll have their BLM sign in their window, which is my favorite, like laziest white I'm helping you out thing ever.
I got
you write BLM on a piece of copier paper and you put it in your window and you're like, and back to my life.
And that's fixed.
Yes, I've done my part. I am a warrior. I'm an ally.
Yeah, because some of those sketches, I mean, obviously it's great. You know, everyone there, you got good writing. And sketches are good writing. And when you do a good writing, you'd hope it's harder to be offended. And especially everyone's in on it. And your stand-up, I do stand-up and every comic's like, or people ask me, oh, we think you're going to get canceled. You were talking about this, or in your special, you talked about pedophiles and this and that. And I go, it's all where it's coming from. If you are angry at another race and yelling and screaming, that is racism. If you're doing jokes or about this or that, everything's coming from a funny place, or I think this is funny. There's no hate here. Whatever I'm doing about any subject, I'm coming to make you laugh. It's so weird when they get so mad about it. I kind of hear what you're saying.
It's not a lot of people. It's just
2%.
It's just that this business acted like 2% was 98%.
Yeah,
because they listen to their corporate lawyers. Because I have empathy for people that are in the industry, because if we do stuff and it flops, we got our stand up, we got a podcast, whatever. I just was talking to somebody about this. If they do something and it flops, then they lose their job, and they're like, I don't have health insurance. I got this nut I got to pay, and my kid's in school and shit. So they have to be way more conservative. And I think it's a lot easier for us to be like, hey, man, why don't you fucking let me create here, But let me put your career in the balance.
And the trajectory was someone's offensive or starts to get canceled. For me, I just wait, and I go, okay, what are the corporations going to do? You have the mob on Twitter, but okay, that's the corporate dropping. Then it's the agency drops them. Yeah. And that's how it goes. And then you are sort of on the outs for a while. But it's really up to the agency manager and the corporations. And they don't need the headache at a certain point. They don't want to be,
Well, you don't get canceled as much. Like, it's like you can't go book a gig. You get sort of sent back in time in your career.
Yeah. You have to go back in line and have a time before you can get back. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I've just sort of acted like none of that was happening. Has been my formula on how to get through this perceived difficult time. It's just, there was a lot of bad shit happening that needed to be addressed. And like most of the time, when the cork flies off the bottle, there's an overcorrection or whatever. And I think it's starting to go back a little bit. And
we'll see.
I don't buy into like certain people like that, that they should never work again. It's like, all right, if you do some Weinstein shit, I understand that. But other stuff, it's just like there's people get paroled out of jail every day and are allowed to put their fucking lives back together. So,
especially when there's no court case, there's no due process, there's no hearing, that you can't cancel someone.
You're part of the problem, Dana.
Yeah, I know. I judge everyone that I see, and they should be canceled. I mean, I don't
even think that it doesn't. I think they've ran out of people.
I think when you're one person on Twitter in the middle of the country, and it's sort of a power move. You go, I could say this, and let's see if I can get some shit started about somebody, because I personally didn't like this, and I'm going to make it a point. I'm going to write every company, and I'm going to write in, because that stuff does get noticed.
99% of the time, every day, it's not happening. I think it in the beginning it happened a lot, and then they kind of got rid of the people that had like the button under their desk that locked the door. All of those fucking lunatics. I mean,
you get rid of
all of those.
Get the big fish out, and then now it's like, it's sort of like, okay, you have to sort of really screw up.
I used to do a bit about where did all the canceled people go? Are they on an island? And I called it Predator Island. And Arnold was the host. Welcome to Predator Island, where we hunt there's Harvey Weinstein over there, and we go to Racist Lagoon. There's Roseanne Barr and Woody Allen. What are you doing here? Run for the brambles or lay down ground fire. So it was a long thing, but I started to run out of people. You're right.
What they also should do is they should do it almost like Survivor. and you can win a challenge to get back into mainstream Hollywood.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It's Charlie Rose and Tom Brokaw have formed a team.
This is an alliance.
Anything with Arnold's accent is allowed.
Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Here comes
Dog. He's in Racist Lagoon.
Racist Lagoon. And Jesse Smollett on there, too. I mean, you just put everyone in there.
But you know what I love about that joke is the word lagoon, because I know you picked that word because it's just funny to hear
word.
Arnold say it.
Lagoon. Racist Lagoon. Racist Lagoon. That's right. Yes.
I like that.
And Hulk's Mountain. Jesse Smollett. On
Hulk's Mountain.
So it was just, it's like Disneyland, except
Escape from Hulk's Mountain.
Yes.
Dude, that case was so bizarre that was one of the ones I never did a joke about it, because I felt like to be already on TV, already making that money, already getting that level of attention, and then you had like this victim fantasy that you paid people, acted up like
Unreal.
There was like. It's like this guy's like mentally ill, like that you're going to be like he's a TV star. He thinks he's going to do that. I mean, that's like when you watch those first 48s and somebody's never committed a crime in their life, and then they try to get away with murder, and they go like to the local pub and they're like,
why?
"Hey, who wants to kill my wife?"
Yeah.
Like, within 2 seconds they're talking to an undercover cop.
Yeah.
They're always
in a fucking
caught.
Chevy Cavalier, and they're just arrested, and their whole life is over.
You know what I'm learning, Bill? I'm learning that on Craigslist, there's no real hitman anymore. It's all undercover cops. Every time I look for a real hitman, it's just an undercover guy. And I'm like, is there any real ones left?
I have a friend of mine that is a district attorney, and he was telling me how funny it was. He goes, the amount of times in my law career, someone would come in and say, somebody broke into my house, or the cops would come with the case. That's right. They would talk to the cops. And then before he was prosecuting, they would come in and they would talk to the cops, say, I think my neighbors took my stuff. And they would be like, all right, what's his name? And they would say his name, and then they would type it into Facebook. And the guy, the idiot, would be on Facebook with all the stolen shit behind him and like cash, totally convict himself.
Yeah.
And I said, like, what percentage of people would do that? He said, like 15. like that was such a ridiculously high number.
Too high, yeah.
That dude, it's your neighbor. He knows your name, and you're going to put his stolen TV behind you.
Bill, do you ever play this game with your wife? Like, if you say to your wife, if you were going to kill me, what would you do? And if I was going to kill you, this was what I do. Because I told my wife this is how I would do it. Well, see, I want to hear what you. But mine was that we would go for a hike, and there would be a steep cliff, and I'd just be like, boom, just push her really fast, and then that's it. And
now, would you say boom when you pushed her? Is that part of it too?
That was me as a stand-up trying to kill in the room here. Boom. But we did. It's just a little inside joke. You probably. I'm seeing you as more just a fantasy. If you had to kill someone, say you want to get rid of Spade because he stole some of your bits. Yeah. Slow poisoning is my prediction for you.
Well, I learned talking to a cop one time. Because we tried, I was doing a podcast, and me and the co-host, we tried to come up with the perfect murder. Mm-hmm. And we had an ex-cop on there, and he goes, okay, let's hear yours. I go, all right.
I love it. He's going to troubleshoot it.
So nice. I go, all right. I go, okay, so me and a buddy of mine get in the car, and he goes, that's it. He goes, you're caught. And I go, what? He goes, you can't involve somebody else. The second you involve somebody else, somebody's going to get nervous. Somebody's going to go to the cops. Somebody's going to talk to try to plea that thing down. Mm-hmm. I didn't even get out of the gate. So, I don't know. I don't think, you know what it is? I will tell you this. This is something I don't think I've ever talked about, is like, I think vengeance is one of the darkest emotions that human beings have.
Oh yeah.
And I just, it scares me. I think about it sometimes, like, somebody ripped me off this fucking year, and I thought about doing shit, and it's just like, it's just at the end of the day, it's just bad. I don't know. So if I was going to kill David Spade, there's something so puppyish about David Spade that, like, I think I would put him in like a bag, like kittens,
and then hit me with a rock.
With rocks in it.
Oh.
and I would just throw him over and listen to meow, meow as he went over the bridge.
I didn't mean this literally, but The Perfect Murder is a good subject. Did the cop ever really say what he?
Yeah, give me a good one.
He told me how to get away.
A gun made of ice cubes, or what? What did he say?
A gun made of ice cubes. I think he should have told the cop that one.
Would melt. The weapon would melt. You know,
it's kind of irresponsible. You guys want it because I can tell you he told us how to do it.
It's irresponsible because people will hear it and act on it?
No one hears this.
I don't know. Well, he said basically if you have no priors, all right, if you have no prior convictions and you kill somebody, just that you're completely, are you writing this down?
Oh, yeah.
Do you say you're insane?
If you kill somebody you have no connection to whatsoever and nobody sees you do it.
Hard to get caught.
I mean, what is there? There's nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
But it's the forensic stuff, though, right? The evidence, the hairs and the blood and the thing.
It's so many times you're filmed, Bill. Like, I see these shows sometimes, and everyone's filmed everywhere. They're walking out, and they're doing
That's true.
This.
There was a guy. There was a guy in the fucking valley. There's a you know that music venue, the Baked Potato.
Yeah.
Famous place where all these like arena level like crazy jazz and studio musicians jam at, and right next to it, a few blocks up, is a recording studio for music. And this guy thought that they ripped him off, so he went down there on a Sunday and he lit the place on fire, not knowing there was people in there, and people died from the smoke because they were in the soundproof room. They had the whole crime on film. He pulled up to the mobile station, took out the gas can, filled it up.
Wow.
Yeah,
everything. Then they had the city cameras of him walking across the street with the gas can, and then every business up the block had him going by.
Yep.
And it was
that's just like Keystone Cops.
That's the problem. It's so much harder.
And the fact that he killed people, like that's the thing. Like that's that thing once you become like a parent. Like it stops just being like a cartoon. It's like that was somebody's brother, that was somebody's sister or parent. It was just tragic. Some dumb shit and they didn't even do it. But like that fucking idiot. And it was just like the level with which that they didn't think that out. They just were like, it's closed on Sundays. I'm just going to do to not even think.
There's some.
Well, I'm going to go on record and say I'm anti-murder.
No, we're against.
But I am fascinated by the subject of crime and also all the cameras.
Bill, wait, let me ask Bill. Why are so many? I don't want to say women, but there's a lot of people that watch just these crime shows, and they're so into it, and it's the biggest podcast genre.
Biggest podcast by
it's
far.
Like, the Decapitation Diaries is beating you this week. I'm like, what? That's a whole podcast?
My wife says that she watches them because she tries to think like what she would do in that situation, which I kind of go with, but like, I just can't like, I don't know. I don't like going to bed watching shit like that. But like, I remember I used to do this bit when that Michael Jackson documentary came out, and this guy was going, "Do you see that Michael Jackson documentary?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, you gotta see it. And it's just like, I really don't want to have my entertainment for the evening to be alleged pedophilia testimony. Like I'm sitting here eating popcorn.
Testimony.
And then did he touch your little dingaling? And I'm sitting there with like, eating a Hot Pocket. And like you getting molested as a child is my entertainment. Like, what can I watch tonight? I could watch Yellowstone, Breaking Bad, or you talking about getting molested as a child.
Describe
I would rather
Mr.
watch
Jackson's penis.
Which, by the way, I got to get into Yellowstone because everybody is telling me it's fucking amazing, and I love Kevin Costner, so I got to get into that.
Costner's great.
I do love Costner.
Pretty simple, but it's kind of what I call brain candy. You're out. The scenery's amazing. It's cowboys fighting each other. It's just like so easy to watch. I mean, I do sports a lot, especially now NBA is on every night. What's your brain candy? It'd be sports, right? To just what you're going to watch to calm yourself down from your daily noise in your brain?
I like watching sports, and I like music. And I have my garage, I soundproofed it, and I bought this beautiful set of Gretsch Broadcaster drums. And I just go down there and...
Oh, you play?
I just fucking wail on them.
Hi, everybody. This is Dana. By the way, right now, we're going to go on a long tangent, probably 20 minutes. Bill and I and David, about his love of drumming. And he's so excited and so happy. And I loved it, but it's a little bit technical, but I hope you enjoy it, or you can click off. Goodbye. Do you jam to music or just by yourself? Or does it have a drum track or music you play along with?
If I'm having a good day, like I sit down and there's actually ideas. For the first time ever, I've been playing like on and off for 30 years. And all I did, my first like 27 years of playing, all I would do was listen to a drum track and then learn how to play it. And it's someday I just finally woke up and I was thinking, like, if I did this same approach to stand-up comedy, I'd be a joke thief. Like I'm not playing drums, I'm doing drums.
Right.
And along the way, I met this great drum teacher, Dave Elich. And so like when I have time, I go play drums with him, and we do this thing just trading fours. And it's really embarrassing at first, and really exposes you when you actually have to come up with like your own ideas and you feel stupid. It was like a lot of like, almost took me back to the beginning to learning comedy. And one of my favorite memories ever of playing drums was in the Netflix comedy festival. I was fortunate enough, I got to do a show at the Forum. And before the Forum, I did a drum lesson with my teacher in the empty Forum, in the round.
Wow.
With I played a Vista Light, and he had the Bonham, the steel kit that he had, the last kit he had before he unfortunately passed away. And we just jammed in the middle, trading fours. And what I loved about it was Dave has gone on tour with all these big people. So he's played drums at like, the Cowboy Stadium and everything. But just to do that and just have fun, dude, he had the biggest grin on his face. Like both of us were just sitting there cheesing in the middle of it. And in a lot of ways, it was more fun than the show. Because the show, it's like I'm at work, I'm doing a job, and there's this pressure of like people have spent money. They got a sitter. I have to deliver. Where that was like total freedom of like, make an ass of yourself, fall on your face, and all of that stuff. So,
is that like a heavy metal set you've got? I mean, a lot of cymbals, a lot of toms.
No. I've always been into like Steve Jordan. I always just loved all the music that he could get out of like a little like 4-piece kit, 5-piece kit. And when I at first, when I would listen to all the metal and all of that shit, I was into, wanting a double bass kit and having all these drums Bonham. And all of these. Yeah. Bonham played a small kit. Like I just wanted to play like one of those big, giant
massive. Kits. Yeah.
Yeah. So Spinal Tap kit. Right. And then Guns N' Roses came out, and Steven Adler came up and had a 4-piece kit. And if you really go back and listen to Appetite for Destruction, and just the amount of music, and like it's very rare that there's a drummer that if you took out all the other instruments and you just played the drum track, that a non-musician would know what song it was.
Yeah. Because
it's a weird thing where like a guitarist has to play a different riff every time, but you can be a drummer and kind of play the same beat as long as you keep in time. But the creativity that he had with that little kit, he actually influenced everybody. If you watch, once he came out and Guns N' Roses hit, all of those guys stripped down their kits. Even the guys with the double bass, double basses, they went to like the double pedal, except for the thrash guys.
Right.
Now the thrash guys, like that's like, they're like, I always looked at them like
you're talking about like Pantera and Slayer, that kind of shit.
Yeah, they're like the outlaw bikers, where it's like you got to ride a fucking Road King. So they got the big ass, the 24-inch kits, 3 up, 2 down, or 4 up or whatever. But you have the big 4 of them, and then like Vinnie Paul, rest his soul, man. Like that guy, like just the groove that he played, because I felt like, I think once you got like double bass and all that stuff, like it's really hard not to overplay. Yeah. I felt like a lot of guys, and it's like you're supposed to be saying something. You're not supposed to be talking to me like an auctioneer, going like a zillion miles an hour.
Less choices. Let me ask you a question about, Metallica. Like, so they're in their mid-50s and they have all that heavy metal, and you watch Lars and stuff, and they're doing it. But At some point, there's a fitness aspect to that, to be able to do that for like an hour.
They wail
you're like,
on them.
in your mid-50s. It just seems like it's an athletic thing. They must do a lot to keep their calves in shape, for the
Cardio.
drumming.
No, if your technique,
you do it
I'll tell you,
without trying that hard, in a way, right? You're so
well,
light
if you
with
watch like Buddy Rich, Joe
I watched him
Morello,
last night. I watch his
Okay.
solos all the time.
Yeah,
Dana
him,
plays.
and I know he plays. He's a great drummer. Joe Morello, these guys, the way they play Dave Brubeck, because I'm going back to the classic guys.
It's so light.
But their technique was flawless. So their sticks are going 1,000,000 miles an hour, but their forearms, nothing's tight.
Yeah.
Everything's loose. Steven Adler plays loose. Like if you play like loose and you understand breathing and all of that, Dave Elich has this, should be his agent, man. He's got this whole great thing on about, like, when I started playing drums with him, it was nothing about drumming. It was all about how I was sitting, the way I was breathing, if I was holding tension in my jaw or anything. Like, he's like, all of that affects what you're playing. So like those guys that play super, super fast, those, like some of those guys, like the guy, Tomas Haki, I think is how you say his name. The guy from Meshuggah. They got a song called Bleed. That's sort of like, I think for this century is sort of like the sort of, like, I would think like back in the day, remember there was always a guy like who played guitars, like, dude, there's a guy 2 towns over that can play Eruption. You know what I mean? This is like this,
2 towns over.
There's always this guy that nobody could produce. Dude, he sounds just like him. He has a thing, this song called Bleed, and it's just one. It's a polyrhythmic thing. Danny, you got to listen to it. Like,
what's his name? I'll YouTube it tonight.
So Meshuggah, and it's called Bleed. And if you ever get a fucking chance to see that band live, like the level of musicianship that is going on is like, I don't even know. And it still grooves though, because it's not one of those difficult for difficult sake. There's a purpose behind what they're doing. So it's like, it's rooted in the ground. And even the first time you see them, like you know that they're special. And even though because my ears took me years to catch up to what they were doing, just as far as like what I was listening to. And I think they recently just came around, but I got tinnitus in this ear and it was really acting up, and I just couldn't go see anything loud. I had to kind of like lay off it for a minute.
Well, I love hearing you talk about this. It's so cool.
I know. He gets excited. I'm jealous.
Because we know you as a comedian, but your passion around this is like, it's like, whoa.
It's fun to have something else you're
and
into.
I love it too. I did some jamming in high school in my 20s and 30s with a little band and stuff. It's so much fun. Much better than comedy. It's just a blast.
It is. You know what I like about it? I like I always wish I had that experience of like a band having to win over a crowd. Like I've done that as a comedian, and it makes you feel good. It makes you feel strong, but it's a solitary thing.
Yeah.
Like I would just think if you got up there and the crowd was like booing you or whatever, and the guitarist just gave you a look, almost like a quarterback just kind of gives a wide receiver a look, and the guy knows that whatever I said in the huddle, fuck that, just take off. I'm going to throw you one. Like to have a guitarist look at you like that, and you know that you guys are locked in, like fuck these guys. And you win them over, like that sort of like, almost like a band of brothers, like a military thing. I just think like that experience. I remember seeing that like one of AC/DC's drummers. It wasn't Phil Rudd. I think it was Simon Wright. They were asking, what's it like playing those songs every night? He goes, sometimes you get tired, but he goes, Angus just gives you a look.
Yeah,
and it's just like, all right, man, Angus gave me the look. Like, I'm not going to like, I get like, can't explain it, man. When I read stories like that, I think it might be the sports background. I get like amped up. Like I want to have a good show or something like that.
I was in New York doing a benefit, long story, but I ended up playing with, it was Lou Reed, and it was Take a Walk on the Wild Side. And it was an all-comedy band, but I was the drummer. And I didn't have a monitor, and I was just trying to get the groove. I didn't have a monitor. And then after the rehearsal, Lou Reed looks at me. He was kind of an intimidating guy. He goes, don't do that. Whatever you're doing, don't do that. I go, whoa. Lou, I can't hear myself. But they did get a little monitor for me. and I wrote on
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You know, it's not a hard beat, but if you can't hear it, you want to be
What
right
did he
in it.
think you were doing? Trying to throw it? Or
I just don't. I think I was slightly off time because I couldn't hear.
Oh,
You need
That's
to.
the worst.
Yeah.
Then what I do is I just look at whoever's out in front of me. I just look where they're tapping their foot.
Yeah,
Dude, it's like you're underwater. You can't even hear what they're doing, and then you're just kind of like. Once I lock into I'm just usually the bass player is who I'll end up looking at, and hopefully they're out front enough where I can see their leg, and hopefully somebody turns around. You're like, dude, I can't hear you guys.
Wow, you can't hear from behind it.
Ringo said he would just watch Paul McCartney's ass because Paul would kind of wiggle it. He said, and that was his way of keeping time.
Yeah, for his head.
He couldn't hear anything. They had no monitors, and anyway, wow.
Shit.
That's so cool. I love that. Hey, let's do this thing where we say we're going to get together and have dinner.
Yeah.
And then it won't happen. No.
Why don't we get together and jam? You play like every instrument, don't you, Dana?
Very rudimentarily. I mean, I don't have a drum set down here. It's up in the garage in Marin County. So I drum on my laptop all the time, and I play acoustic guitar, and I'm drumming with my right hand, basically. So I have a keyboard. I'm very rudimentary, but I do love it. So
I have a good, a fun triplet workout to do that. It helps your bass drum speed, and it also helps you to kind of go around the kit and get more comfortable with that.
Well, you kept going. I mean, you seem like you're great, but you could probably use just a good blues bass player just to kind of, just someone to play with you, you know.
No, listen, I'm good for a father of two. That's about as good as I am.
But Dad's playing the drums in the garage is pretty hip for a kid.
But you like Zeppelin, you like ACD. I saw ACDC at your precious Foxborough. It's great.
Rammstein's very entertaining. The German heavy metal band.
I haven't seen them. I like.
Oh, Dana.
I always forget his name, but the drummer, James Gadsden, is that his name? Who's the guy? The drummer for Bill Withers is another guy that I love.
Withers, wow.
That swing.
Yeah, I feel like I have it goes like, and then I've been going to the gym, and if this one guy is at the front desk, because whoever's at the front desk controls the music. Mm-hmm. He's been playing a lot of like Cardi B and hip hop and stuff, and like the drum tracks are so much fun to like. I just listened to him like I wish I had that on a loop, and I could just play fills over it and just sort of do those on like a loop or something like that. I basically do comedy so I can afford to buy drums.
Yeah,
wow, that's fun. A huge statement.
It's so fun to have something to like look forward to and think, and then you get money. And when you meet bands, you love maybe to talk to their drummer or maybe just talk to the band, and then they might know you now, which isn't. Who has a killer fucking drummer, and I'm gonna space on his name because I'm old. Is a band Russian Circles has an absolute beast of a drummer, and he somebody sent me a clip of him, and it was what I loved was his use of dynamics, which I feel like in all facets of life with how loud you have to be to get attention now.
Yep.
I just feel like dynamics is like a lost art, and it was another thing where he had this little kit, and the amount of music he was getting out of this thing was insane. John Theodore is another guy that I love all the way back with Mars Volta right through all the stuff that he's doing now.
Well, at the end of the day,
Queens.
I tell people it's kind of the kick drum, the snare, and the hi-hat. I mean, there's a lot more to it. But if you can master that and all the machinations of that. Cozy Powell was a big one from the 70s, and he was Mr. Hi-hat, doing all this hi-hat work.
I gotta give where the fuck is my phone? There's these kids that I listen to on the Instagram there. I don't have my damn phone. Where the hell is it? Oh, well. Oh, I'm on my phone. Idiot. Old dad right here. Yeah,
too many inputs.
Yeah, there's these guys that I listen to.
So Ringo or Charlie Watts? That would be a question for me, and Bobby Slayton would hash that one out.
Oh, for me, it's not a question. I go Ringo.
Okay.
Okay.
Me too.
Ringo or Bonham?
Two different animals.
Two different
that's
worlds, the best in one world and the best in the other world.
Yeah, that's like zebra or mongoose.
Mongoose.
I mean, that's just.
I think Ringo, because we had Paul on our podcast, and we talked about just car stereos and remastering some of the Beatles stuff. So you really heard the bass, and you heard Ringo's kick drum, and you heard how they syncopated together, and it's really fun. And that was not around in the '60s on a transistor radio, and the way they had to mix them in mono, they couldn't have that heavy bottom in there. So he became. I
think Bonham is one of the more misunderstood drummers out there.
How is he misunderstood? Because he's kind of number one with most people,
Because when people are, because his sound was so big, your eyes lie to you when you watch him. When you watch him play, it's so big. Your brain tells you he's doing this, and he isn't. He's all like wrists and fingers. He just knew how to hit a drum and get out of the way, and then on top of that, had this gift for dynamics and sound and all of that stuff. But like,
well, that was
like
Led Zeppelin.
when I was growing up, like the all the drummers were saying like, yeah, dude, Bonham used his stick was like tree trunks. They were like two bees, It's just like basically, like I don't know, like those giant ones, right?
They thought it was all just strength, yeah.
And then you watched it. And now I'm looking at it going, I think he plays with like a 5A, which is like a number 2 pencil.
A light little stick. Well, the value of his drum, who set up those drums? Because his kick drum and snare, that relationship is like nothing I've ever heard anyone get. And it's so potent. And you're right. I think there's a lot of muscularity just built into that you don't have to pound.
There's that Oakletree guy. He does a whole thing on how he used to tune up his drums. But Bonham had a big part in that. Like he wasn't just one of those, hey, tune up my drums and I'll sit down and play them.
Yeah.
Like he had that 26-inch kick, and he had nothing in it, and there was just like a piece of felt either on the batter side or the resonant side.
Yeah.
And he just knew how to hit it and push all that air. But that was another thing too, was everybody thought you had to get all these big drums to sound big, but like they didn't know how to mic drums when he came up. And the amps just kept getting bigger and bigger, so the drums got bigger, so you could be heard. And then by the end of it, you I kind of what's funny is I actually bought the green sparkle John Bonham drum kit at one point. I actually owned one of those with the big 26-inch kit, and it was really difficult for me to play. Like going from the rack to the floor tom, it was like skipping a subway stop. And then that finally dawned on me. I was just like, this kit worked for him. I'm not him. So I sold the whole thing, and that's when I got the Gretsch Broadcaster. I got a little 22-inch kit, and I
like them low. I like low drums close to each other and tilted in a way that it's all right there, rather than reaching all the time. That's a whole other skill set when you're out there all the time.
But Bill, when you see guys, like a lot of guys put their hair into it, so you don't know how hard they're hitting, like Grohl or Taylor Hawkins, it was like, wham. And it looks so hard, but you don't know. Is it more head movement or is it more really wailing on
Dave
the drums?
Grohl, I'll tell you, underrated it is his work with Killing Joke. And there's a song called The Death and Resurrection Show, where he plays, and he's playing 16ths on the hi-hat, which
so really fast.
It's two hands, but like I had a buddy of mine, better ears than mine. He goes, no, dude, that's one hand. I'm like, what the fuck? And it is just the perfect, sickest beat. And I'm killing myself that I never, when he was playing with, he took a break from Foo Fighters and he went on tour with Queens of the Stone Age. There's a great, they just, of course, they're never on the fucking drummer when he's playing. Even when he's playing a goddamn solo, they're still fucking going out to the crowd. So they have a song called "A Song for the Deaf," and Grohl plays like this, just perfect solo in the beginning of it, and it's just that there's space, there's power. It's just like if you watch that solo and you don't want to learn how to play drums, you're not alive. Hey. So. There's this great clip of him playing that, and I got to see him play when they were in. I saw him at the Wiltern when they were in Them Crooked Vultures, which was John Paul Jones from Led Zeppelin, Dave Grohl, and Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age, and then they had this hired gun to sort of do the Malcolm rhythm guitar when they went out on tour. And oh my God, that was one of the, I remember after the first song, my wife looked over at me and she was like, that guy's really good on drums. And I'm like, yeah, that guy's, I think that guy might have a future.
Yeah. He's just the stuff he did with Nirvana, just beginning there was so perfect, you know. He's musical.
Yeah, and I also thought when I was a fan of his, but when I really became a fan was when they did Unplugged and he had to bring that all down, but still drive the song, and he did it so effortlessly. When I watched it, I was just like, oh, wow, this guy is... So I got to be honest with you, as much as I like the Foo Fighters, I actually don't like them because it took one of my favorite drummers.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the Foo Fighters and I have fucking 10 of their albums, but like there's a part of me like going like, fuck, I wish this band was a little less successful so I could watch them play drums a little bit more.
Well,
nice.
Bill,
Wow.
let's let Bill go. He's been a fucking stud. Thank you, buddy.
So much fun. Really
Yeah.
fascinating.
All right, well, look at that. Who would have thought, huh? We went from comedy to like being old dads at Guitar Center.
I'll talk about music anytime. We have a lot of, I love it.
All right,
Anyway.
well, let's do the obligatory. We're all going to get dinner.
Let's
and then
do
it'll
it.
be just me and Bill, but I will tell Dana after that we went.
And let's do the awkward sign off where it's a little kind of,
We all lean in and look
it says
for how to
leave and you see the other person's still on and it's all awkward.
Or I hear you two guys start to talk and I'm like, did I just hang up on you?
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Let's do that.
Well, I miss you, Bill, and I like you more than Dana does. Anyway, I got to go. Okay, I'll talk to you.
All right, fellow drummer.
I felt I connected more with Dana. I'm sorry, Dave. It's over between you and me. Bye.
Hey, what's up, flies? What's up, fleas? What's up, people that listen? We want to hear from you and your dumb questions.
Questions, ask us anything. Anything you want.
You can email us at flyonthewall@cadence13.com.
Okay, so we have a question from Tina Palmer. Thank you for the question, Tina. Let's read it. I absolutely love your podcast. It's the only one I listen to on a regular basis. Thank you. It's so fun and always makes me smile.
I like when they put more compliments at the beginning.
Well,
It's a good way to get it picked, though.
I have to say that we don't see these ahead of time. This is our producer, Greg Holtzman, who picks them, but it does seem a little self-congratulatory. Hey, David, I just found a letter from one of our fans asking a question. I absolutely love your podcast. I don't know why I like this one. I only listen to it it's the only one I listen to on a regular basis. It's so fun and always makes me smile. Okay.
You know, we need a compliments hotline.
Yeah, because I'm down a lot.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so here's the question for you. SNL has had so many amazing commercial parodies over the years. Which ones were your favorites? My all-time favorite, Schmidt's Gay. Adam and Chris were hilarious. I remember that one.
I remember that
That was
one.
great.
That's there.
Couldn't do it today.
First of all, a quick story. Schmidt's Gay, I think I was in for about a couple days, and then they switched.
I was looking through some commercial parodies this morning. You were in a lot of them. Yeah.
I did. I think Smigel wrote Schmidt's Gay, and I think he switched it from me and Farley to Adam and Farley. And I was like, oh, because I knew it was so funny, and they put that Van Halen music in. That was such a funny commercial. There's so many good ones. Colon Blow.
Phil Hartman. I think Al Franken wrote that. Was just something that stood out
really
in people's minds.
People talked about that for a while. The Bad Idea Jeans was one that I still hear about. I didn't write it.
You were in that one,
Yeah, I was
right?
in that
yeah,
one.
that was funny. I saw
Great.
that. Mom Jeans.
Jeans are always funny. Mom Jeans, was it Tina Fey?
It was Tina,
That era?
Maya,
Yeah.
Amy, Rachel. Just mom jeans, sort of high-waisted and puffy, kind of like giving off the vibe of business is closed here.
Yeah, there's three-legged jeans, leg and a leg, three at last. Wait, by the way, the songs they come up with are so funny. Everything about those. What about the car that looks crappy? So you could a luxury car you could drive into a bad neighborhood. 'Cause the outside looks shitty.
There's so
about the
many.
car you can fuck. Remember that one? And it's so beautiful. And God, I can't think of. There's so many.
There's Lovitz did one with Phil and others where it was a trap door in Neyland. Just a business guy who had a malfunctioning trap door. So sometimes you'd go in it and you had to climb out or it would launch you, Just
Well, too, because I was, early on, you write a lot of commercial parodies because it's a good way to get on the show. It's sort of a backdoor. The two I wrote I liked were, there was Salon, the Vidal Sassoon shampoo.
Did that get made?
That got made. That was on Hibernal.
What was the premise of
Salon Finish, Salon Shine. It was the guy in the commercial saying Salon. If you say it right, it makes your hair better. Salon.
Salon. Okay.
And then there was Hibernal. Yeah, it was like a NyQuil commercial with Farley where if you want to sleep through all of cold and flu season, you sleep for 4 months. And Farley wakes up, who won the Super Bowl? But he's got a beard now and nails. And he was mad because I was on the set and he's like, do I have to put all these fucking nails? I'm like, oh, relax. You're going to be here 8 hours anyway. So they put a wig on him. Julia Sweeney was in it.
Nice.
And then... Oh, Chia Head, I wrote. That was one of the first things I wrote.
Oh, yeah? I remember that one.
And, that was one of the ones that turned into a real product about 10 years later. They made Chia Head. And I was like, exact same box, everything. But it was like you put President Obama and you put the seeds on and then
Chia Head.
Yeah.
So they took that idea?
I mean, I don't know, I guess. But yeah, I think they used to do specials. They'd have a commercial parody special on primetime.
The driest one that Jim Downey wrote was called Change Bank. It's so droll and so dry. It's just them saying how all they do is make change for you.
Yeah, one of these days we'll put clips up. I mean, you can look them up, all these ones are saying, but we got to get some clips in here because it's hysterical. Thank you for that question.
Thank you. And thank you for the compliments because we really
need
them. We're hanging by a thread here. We don't know if we're going to get canceled.
This has been a podcast presentation of Cadence 13. Please listen, then rate, review, and follow all episodes. Available now for free wherever you get your podcast.
No joke, folks. Fly on the Wall has been a presentation of Cadence 13. Executive produced by Dana Carvey and David Spade, Chris Corcoran of Cadence 13, and Charlie Finan of Brillstein Entertainment.
The show's lead producer is Greg Holtzman with production and engineering support from Serena Regan and Chris Basil of Cadence 13. Dana, wake up. This is the earliest you've ever done this.
I'm up at 6:15 every morning, but we're recording very early. This is farmers' hours. I don't want to give it a time, but it's very early. You can see that we both have drinking problems, so
yeah,
we have sunglasses on because we haven't been able to go to our dermatologist and get that sort of sponge vacuum thing they do for.
I'll be doing it. Someone in the comments said, you drink too much. You look so shitty. I go, I don't barely drink at all. So it might be Mother Nature.
Newsflash.
Thanks for your commentary.
If you drink heavy, you're going to get booze face, resting booze face. But if you drink light and hydrate, then let her know. I'll tell you another thing. If you like processed carbohydrates, a lot of them,
yeah,
it's tough on the old epidural around the cranium. Okay, so
hey, Dana, your epidermis is showing.
These guys are doing AM things now. What is this? Good Morning America now? Jesus.
This is the cock-a-doodle-doo show. So we're doing this because we did already do Superfly Saturday in New York to give people a summary on this episode of the rehearsal, the blah, blah, blah. But we didn't do the real show. Yeah. So we're just doing a pickup, an intro, a few things about the live show, and we'll probably do it again next week.
Right.
Because there was too much going on.
There was too much going on. We could only do it Saturday. And then I thought, well, how can we talk about the Sunday night 50th on Saturday?
Yeah.
And David, I remember your eyes got real big and you went blank. You're like, holy tomatoes.
I didn't even put that together.
You're like, we can't talk about what hasn't happened yet, but now it has happened. So I wasn't there. I had the flu. I was on the downside of it, but I still didn't have the oomph to travel. Wasn't recommended. So you went to represent our podcast. What do you got to say?
The most questions I got about it, I'll just go through it, aside from Where's Dana, which we cleared up, was which you did want to be there and you would have fucking killed it, of course, was Ryan Reynolds and Blake being there. Why were they there? They were there because I think they both hosted. If you have hosted, you are invited. You can come to any of those events, correct?
Yes. And of course, we all know this, whatever. I don't do a deep dive on it, but there's some kind of legal action with some actor, Baldino's. It sounds like some kind of pasta place. And, I don't know what it is. I don't deep dive on it like you and Heather and Greg do, but our team, but you guys. But I thought it was kind of funny because it's been in all the newspapers. Yes, I'm from the 50s, all the newspapers. And when Ryan Reynolds said, "What have you heard?" basically tongue in cheek about it. It was a good moment.
Just that was funny.
Yeah, but of
that
course
was funny.
They should go. They should go to the show.
They're like us. Just whatever's going on, you try to make a joke about it. But now listen, so they show up. I think nothing of it. I don't really even put it all together. Why are they there? I'm like, oh yeah, they host. Well, everyone there is a celebrity wherever you walk.
It's 400 people, and they're celebrities or old billionaires. There was a lot of walking cadavers, Civil War veterans,
actual
money.
Cadavers. There was walking cadavers. There was one foot in the grave.
Well, remember those? You'd see those old timey things, and it's 1935, and here these Civil War veterans are now marching down Times Square. These gentlemen are now 119, but fought in the Civil War, and they're in wheelchairs. It's very sad and poignant. But
you give them some applause.
We had some seniors. I would have been a senior. I'm busting myself too. Go ahead.
Yeah, someone gave me a compliment. They said I got old fast. So I said, "Oh, I got old, and the truth is I got old the normal way, but they just said it just seems very rapid." I said, okay, thank you.
I don't like when people haven't seen you a while and they get a scared look on their face. They don't say anything. They just
go casually, holy shit.
They just go, whoa. I like that other version of you.
What happened? Okay, so Blake and Ryan, here's my theory.
Mm-hmm.
2 theories about this whole thing that people have asked me. 1, it was funny. 2, I think Taylor Swift did not come. She came last time to the 40th, but I think they're in a bit of a snit. I hate to use these words, but I think there's a little bit of minor friction, possibly. I don't know for sure.
Oh, yeah. I should insert this before you go any further. And I know it's going to come off like a non sequitur, but I watched the 50th with Taylor.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. We're just friends, casual friends, and I don't really go public with it, but she had a lot to say.
Couch with you?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
with Paula.
I think maybe there was something there. Also, there was some kerfuffle because I guess Scarlett was married to Ryan Reynolds, Scarlett Johansson, and she was all over the show.
But not all over Ryan Reynolds.
What a lovely human. She was so fun. She's a great SNL, like, borderline cast member. And she was not all over Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
I didn't put that together for the longest time, but no one actually gave a fat fuck. No one said anything. She wasn't weird. No one was weird about it. But I had read that, and I'm like, this is always written by someone that wasn't there. But anyway, we were having fun. And here's a little nug. You know Wally. I love that Wally. He always gets shout-outs here. I told him that he gets shout-outs a lot. He's our cue card guy since day one.
For decades. The best. And it's a sneakily really difficult job when he's timing those cards to the actor.
They're sneakily heavy. And a side note, when Tom Hanks gave a speech at the Lorne toast.
Oh, the toast to Lorne.
The toast to Lorne. Seth was funny. Tina was extremely funny. And then Tom Hanks got up and he goes, "This is gonna be a long speech." So, and then he had Wally come out with the cue cards just in the middle of a bar and do the cue cards so he could read.
That's a good joke. Yeah,
that's a good bit. Okay, so Wally gets not tricked, but he goes on a radio station in Australia. I don't know how many press events Wally's doing.
The cue card guy goes on a radio station. What, this sounds like a novel or something.
It's hysterical. But you know how it's like he's so sweet and they definitely want to get one answer from him. So at the very end, they go, "Hey, by the way, what was with that Ryan Reynolds thing?"
God, it just goes.
Did he just make that up, or was that an ad lib, or was it? And he said, "Oh, he had a different line in the script, and then he came up with that. And so,
well, that's sort of archetypal. It's a classic line. I guess we're going to see it. Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's such a throwaway, but because of the situation, here's what I saw. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me that SNL's plan was not to have Ryan Reynolds poke fun at his wife's SH allegations, but it was
SA, sexual assault.
Switch it up with a little improv. I 1000% believe that. Cue Card Wally, who has been doing the cue cards for SNL for the past
Cue Card
5
Wally.
years, is on the Fifi Fab and Nick show, and he actually spilled the tea.
Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively have been in the news a lot, and Ryan Reynolds, we want to know, was that an improv or was it scripted, his little piece he did?
Yeah.
That was actually, he had a different line in rehearsal, and he pitched that to replace it. So that was his idea to do it.
He pitched that.
We wouldn't want to do anything too controversial unless they were in on it.
Why?
So yeah, that was his line. That was his idea to do it.
Right. He said we wouldn't want anyone to do something that they weren't in on, which is true. Right. Yeah. We're not there to bamboozle a host or he had to be aware.
But it was the classic. Why? What have you heard? When it was perfect.
Great.
Right.
And they didn't elaborate. They just did it.
But when you're saying this, the Baldini Lively extravaganza kind of was all over the show. I texted Lauren afterwards, wish I could have been there. And instead of talking about the show, he just goes, Baldini will now countersue. I think that Lively will probably get a new attorney. And then I said, but boy, that Tom Hanks was great. And what about that monologue with Steve? And he goes, I don't know where Ryan Reynolds is on this, but certainly they have deep pockets. So it's big at that 50th.
Baldoni's Meatball Shop is still open. But I will say, Baldino, we've said it wrong literally every single time we're adding vowels.
I would I'll say this right now. If he wants to come on and tell his side of his
he can
story,
tell us anything.
I would love that.
We're the new fucking Kiki Boo Boo and Pop Pop show in Australia. Yeah.
We're going to put a shrimp on a Barbie. Barbie?
So,
Barbie.
I would say that it's also, being at the SNL thing and everyone sort of saying, hey, cool, Ryan Reynolds and Blake are here. It helps.
Okay, enough of them. Now, I missed it. So what did I miss? What was the most emotional or fun? I watched the show. But I wasn't
I did see Eddie Murphy. People ask me if I'm tight with Eddie Murphy. Everything bad has evaporated. I walked by him. I saw him at something, and then he was at Chris Rock's thing. I didn't talk to him, but there's absolutely no anything anymore. Everyone was cool. He was in sketches. He was upbeat. The 40th, remember, he didn't do anything.
Yeah, Tracy Morgan impression was great,
and then he did that Black Jeopardy. I had a great seat for that one. I saw it hilarious. Good to see Eddie doing Eddie stuff like that. He's great at it. I walked past him on the way into the show, and he put his arm back and blocked me, and so I had to say hi and give him a hug. He was super cool. Dapped him up. Is too much lingo for you, Dana?
What is the phrase water under the bridge? Who started that? I mean, it was Billy Bridge or Stevie Water, but water under the bridge means that whole thing with you and Eddie is so over. Now you're friends. I'm tearing up behind my cool shades right now.
We were friendly. We should have taken a picture because it was fun to see him. And then there was no weird vibes at the show.
Okay, sketch of the night. Blink.
Sketch of the night. Oh, that's tough. I liked a lot of different things. I liked Amy and Tina going. Am I being too political?
No,
I liked Amy and Tina going into the audience and Q&A. They're always funny to me. When you see the script and it says audience Q&A and there's 35 celebrities listed in the cast that are in it, that's so fun because Peyton Manning's doing one joke. Everyone flies in for one joke. It's great. And some hit really big. I thought the combo of Lovitz's joke, which is funny that he's sitting at so far away he's in the American Girl store. That's
good.
Hilarious. And then he goes, I'm not mad. I'm just saying.
I just want to know why.
Yeah. So
I think
fun.
was so Tina
really
and
hilarious.
Amy are great writers, super likable.
And then they come back and she said, oh, we gave that seat to Julia Louise's, well,
here,
support
I
dog.
felt bad that I couldn't go because I think that Mike and I were supposed to do Wayne's World. So I was glad, and I thought that Linda Richmond, the Coffee Talk woman, came out and really scored. And we talked about it. And I said, Miles Teller was kind of nice looking, playing it very real with them. And they're the Long Island, Amy and Maya.
They were funny, then
Linda Richmond comes in like this neurotic, like crazy person. And he's landing all his hooks and they're playing it kind of straight. They're trying to understand this crazy character. So I thought that landed very nice. So I was happy about that for letting.
Yeah, Mike got a good score in there. And, you know, it was good because it was, and Wayne's World would have done great, but it was fun to see that because the show was bloated out to about 320.
320. Yeah. Wayne's World would have done great. I would have been really happy to do it, but I couldn't make it.
Yeah. Garth looks sickly. I saw him the other day at the mall.
The Garth? Garth Brooks?
No, your Garth. He's like,
oh, my God.
He's just walking around. He's at the comic book store.
He just got pubes, man, so leave him alone.
He's a guy alone. You know what was one I would have edited out? And this is a ballsy take.
Uh-oh. Hot take.
Are you ready for fucking front headlines?
Edit.
I would have lifted the Belushi at the end.
That just made me sad.
It made me sad, and Paul McCartney had to follow it.
Great, because Tom Schiller was a great little filmmaker. He did some cool stuff, but in that moment, I felt a little sad. And
well, first of all, Bill Murray's there. He's watching all his friends. If we were there and we see people that we were super tight with, and they're all passed away, it just it's heavy for me. And didn't know them all, and then it just makes the whole place go, holy shit! Now that was a big famous video they shot for like
a
the
short
first
film.
seconds.
Tom Schiller vision,
maybe the first or second or third season, right?
Yes, yeah. And it was
early
cool,
on.
and Belushi was really good in it. It just was sort of a left turn after Scared Straight. And Debbie Downer, every time I see it, I'm happy. And the reason I get so happy is that the sound effects start to change over time.
Yeah.
And
I actually wanted more. I wanted a foghorn.
Wood chopper.
Also, I wanted to hear birds coming in. While they push into her. Just anything stupid.
Oh, anything. That's great. We always love to see that. And Rachel, she's great. Now, what do you think? Chevy at the beginning, because I know some of the people he was listing, top 10 update. He did say in not any particular order.
Oh, you're talking about Bill Murray?
Bill Murray, sorry. Did I say Chevy? Oh, Bill Murray.
Well,
not in any particular order. Chevy was on there, but we saw our friend Dennis was on there.
Oh, on the weekend update.
Update. Bill Murray, top 10 update, guys.
My first Bill Murray story, before I tell you that, was they put you in the audience and you look at your placards. During rehearsal, you see where everyone's going to wind up sitting, and you go, oh, that person's here. Oh, they're coming. And then I was over here. I told you I was nowhere near you. And then when I went to the show, they go, your place is different. And it was front row next to Bill Murray. And in front of Meryl Streep, Marty Short. I was like, oh, this is great. And Brandy Carlisle to my left. So I go, this is super fun. And they do it. And then Bill Murray's backstage. But when we go out, it's 3 minutes. And they're like, oh, he's not out there. So bless his heart, seat filler comes in. They do a joke about Bill Murray to cut to him is the point of it. And the camera guy goes like this. And he goes, I see him on the headset. He's like, he's not there. And they put the camera. I'm like, oh, what a bummer.
There's two people there I would have actually sheepishly went up to with pen and paper and said, excuse me, could I get an autograph?
Right.
That would have been Meryl Streep and Brandy Carlisle. Those would have been two people I don't ever do this. And I don't want a picture. I want a signature. So I thought Meryl Streep it was so fun to watch her in the abduction alien sketch next to Kate McKinnon. Because she was having so much fun. And when it ended, you could see she was on a high. Because she's done everything, but has she done sketch?
Never hosted.
Never hosted, yeah. Maybe Streep will now. I guess her and Martin Short are friends.
We don't know. Friends with Benny's.
I want to hang out with Martin Short as much as I could, actually.
Yeah. If they are together, fun. Because remember, we all went to the store. We all went to the Comedy Cellar that night. And what a fun thing. It's fun. Those two look like a blast.
Well, Martin, I don't know her. I just know she's a genius, but she's also seems very real. And Martin Short can go from serious, dramatic, profound to funny in a flash. So if you're at a party and you sit next to him, then you're just happy. He's not always on, but he can be on. You know,
she seemed very lighthearted. And I love seeing Nicholson there.
That was very cool.
It's like a tearjerker. Like, what a freaking movie star.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Sandler.
Ladies.
Hey, thank you. Oh, well, thank you, Jack. So I'm doing Sandler in his real voice, not the. And his song was great and very emotional. That teared me up.
Yeah, unreal.
6 years, Jan.
Gave props to everyone.
Yeah.
Got a standing ovation.
Yeah. The only standing O with our friend Sandman. Just saying. But it was emotional and well written. Dan Bula on the keyboards.
Yeah, of course.
Adam's right-hand man in music.
You know what I do like about this whole thing, Dana, is aside from Bula is great. I didn't mean to cut you off there. When you see a host like Adam Driver, who I don't know from Adam, I don't know this guy.
Literally.
He's just a big star. Seems kind of quiet. He just comes, like everyone comes and just says, hey, if you want to put me in something, if not, I'll sit in the audience. This will be a fun event. And they go, this is how it works. They write a sketch. They wrote that New York musical sketch and they go, hey, Adam Driver, you're here. Do you want to play a hot dog? And he goes, yeah. And puts on a hot dog costume, goes out there. Maya's a syringe. I didn't even figure out she was a syringe and I was in it. It took me till the very end because I took a picture of her. Oh, I never posted that one, Heather. I should have. Maya being a syringe was so funny. She's backstage.
Yeah, it was a little dark, but those things are so much fun. I love Nathan Lane, my old buddy from the Mickey Rooney
cocaine
show.
And vodka
Coming out.
Cocaine and.
You know, I'll just say this for Inside Baseball. When you're a movie star, you're in your trailer most of the time.
Vodka.
You go out, you do 20 takes or something. It's so slow motion. And then you go here and it's live and you're dressed like a hot dog. It's just a rush.
And everyone's laughing during your take instead of after. When you're in a movie, you're not allowed to make any noise. Yeah. And everyone's high-fiving you and you're just running into people you don't even know. And they're like, hey, I saw you in this.
Yeah. So,
but he was cool. He was also a score. I was telling you earlier when Julie Louise has her seeing eye dog, or the dog's blind. And she goes, he's getting weird vibes from Adam Driver next to him. The energy in Adam Driver's like this. Just staring, just not playing it too big, just staring off.
No, that guy
because everyone says he's got a weird vibe. It's so funny.
Look it up. It's not probably on Amazon Prime. You can look up Ferrari. He was so brilliant.
Was he good in that?
Well, he was ridiculous in that. I mean, it's a kind of a dark movie, but that guy's brilliant. So to see him do live sketch, I think he had a time of his life, you know.
Cool, dude. We will wrap it up because we got the actual podcast. But other than that, Kevin Costner was just there at rehearsal, just watching. They wound up putting him in the audience just because he was coming to the show. He went to rehearsal. He was at Chris's. So he felt right into the mix. And
Costner just looks cool. He just always looks cool. I don't know what
he looked cool. He looked like someone from Young Guns. He's just standing inside. He's very comfortable. Like you can talk to him and he's very nice. But if no one's talking to him, he's okay just being by himself, just staring, watching.
Oh, if you talk to him, so I don't know if people know this. Like he's an inventor. He loves movies. Don't get me wrong, but he'll talk about. He had stuff for when the Gulf of Mexico, now the Gulf of America, there was an oil spill, and he has proprietary technology to do that. So he's like an inventor as well as a producer director. So Dancing with Wolves was good. Go out on a limb.
That was fine. That was fine.
Yeah, wolves were not dancing.
I'm a movie reviewer. It would be nothing without the wolves. Okay, that's it. So let's leave it at that. And now we're going into the real podcast that we already did that will tell you about the rehearsals and all the other fun. Yeah.
Now this is like sort of a trippy one because now you'll hear us talking and not before the actual 50th. So this is a little Twilight Zone, a little Rod Serling for you. So don't get thrown.
Okay, thanks. And we will see you on the other half of this podcast.
God save the Queen.
So the sports book Born in Vegas, Dana, is, our friends over at BetMGM, which you can always tag them and follow them. BetMGM NBA Fast Break free to play. Now, see here.
See here. Now, what you have to do is log into BetMGM every day and play new fast break basketball game for your chances to win prizes. David?
Am I reading this right?
Am I reading this right? My words, not yours.
All you need to do is log on to BetMGM, head to the promotions page, and fire up Fast Break to find yourself on the b-ball court.
Play Fast Break for your daily shot at boost tokens, bonus bets, or bonus spins.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. This promotional offer is not available in Mississippi, New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. for New York, 877-8-HOPE-NY. Or text HOPE-NY. That's 467-369. For Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023.
New and existing customer offers. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Okay, so Dana, I'm here at a hotel.
Let me guess. The Four Seasons.
No, I'm not going to tell everyone.
I'm just going by the wallpaper. Well, does it matter?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's over. Well, I'm here during the SNL weekend, and I will walk you through the steps, and we're only on, just to full disclosure, Saturday night. Is that what it is? And the show is Sunday night. So this is airing Fridays. This is a little ahead, but people will know I'm not giving spoilers because it's over already.
Right.
Right.
And for me, I had lingering effects from the flu, cough, and fatigue, so I was told not to travel. So I couldn't make it.
And
but if I had made it.
Yeah, I saw where you were sitting in the audience. I was like,
oh, that little placard.
Yeah, they don't even put us. We're not even near each other, which is the worst thing.
Well, yeah. Isn't John Lovett? We're past tense now. Didn't John Lovitz and Kevin Nealon sit together?
We don't know. Half the fun we were saying is looking where they put all the placards. You're like, holy shit, this is going to be. I was eating my Caesar salad and I realized I was in Meryl Streep's seat, but we'll show a picture of that. I'll send them a picture, Heather. And so just now I got back from rehearsal. They put me in a line in a sketch. So it is the longest sketch.
It's not the Californians, was it?
No. I'm thinking of the 40th. This is Mulaney. And I'm like, I don't even have to read it. Mulaney and Colin Jost wrote it. I love it.
Let me guess. They did a big Broadway show.
Yep. It's singing.
Yeah. He did one when I was there in the fall. It was very cool. A lot of moving parts. I think a bus came in, Bo and Yang came out. It's like, and Pete Davidson is always there at the beginning. And
I'm with Pete Davidson at the beginning. So we're by a hot dog cart, and we're basically saying, hey, we're new to New York. It's 1975. We're artists and we're excited to. And John's like, don't you know that it's New York? And you read the screen, it's 1975. No one wants to be here. The city's trash at this point. Dangerous. So we're trying to figure out. He kind of walks us through. He goes, I'll let New York speak for itself. And then, someone comes out as a hot dog and
cupcake. I've seen them. They're very entertaining and really, really produce big kind of number.
We're over on the side, and I go, don't squinch us over here. But then it moves to, I think, Maya.
Yeah. And it takes up multiple sets in space. Yeah.
You go, us, Maya, Adam Driver sing. A lot of people can sing. I think you can sing, too. I don't really sing, so luckily
I'm not. Maya can sing.
Maya can sing. A lot of these girls. Kristen Wiig is there. I love. She, I never see her. I never see her out. So a lot of fun to see her. She sings. It's funny, Scarlett Johansson, just the most random group. That's the fun of having people back like the 40th. You just throw people in. I think Billy Crystal's in it. I think Nathan Lane. You know.
Well, that's the kind of sketch that you could really put a lot of people in it.
Yeah, just cram them in.
Yeah, everybody gets. You could just think of, oh, he'll do this, she'll do that.
Everyone gets to laugh. And so I just ran home and just walked on here because our run through for our sketch was, what was it, 4 hours, I think? At least, yeah. And that's long for a rehearsal, 4.5. So we got there. I had to use Heidi Gardner's dressing room.
Oh.
When I got in there, because there's a shortage.
Yeah.
So I go in this dressing room and I go, is this someone's dressing room? They're like, yeah, it's Heidi's. I was like, well, that's nice that she's cool. I feel bad. And then I see a gift bag and there's also one for Ryan Reynolds. And they're like, oh, he's using it right now, but his sketch is done. So he and Blake are leaving and you take over now. So if he comes back in, he'll just grab his gift bag. So when I'm leaving, of course I have to do a bit. He's signing something and I go behind him and go, wait, are you getting paid for this? And, big laughs by the page desk. And then said hi. And then we talked for a second. Then I went in and waited for our sketch, but really fun rehearsal day.
Did you use your time in New York City around all these talented, famous people to pitch them coming on one of us?
You know what? I didn't. Because
I know, it's so awkward.
It's so awkward, but a lot of people have seen it. A lot of people say we saw it, or they listened to it or whatever. Everyone's very cool. One of the cool things was when I was waiting to go on, I saw just Kevin Costner standing in 8H just watching. Mm-hmm. And so naturally I just go chat him up, but he's just like, yeah, I'm not in the show. I'm just checking it out. I said, hey, if Yellowstone needs a punch up, we get some big fucking laughs in there. We got some big set pieces we can do.
Yeah. He's pretty cool. I'll tell you a little 1-minute story. So
sounds like
a while back, I was doing Bob Costas charity event in St. Louis. For whatever reason, I don't demand anything, but I was doing a corporate in Texas and Bob Costas provided a private jet for me to St. Louis. Great. And then it was going to take me home. So then we do the show and Costner's there with his band and he's really good. He's like a country western band. I go, your songs are, it came up, it was catchy songs. He goes, catchy? He thought maybe it was a diss. Catchy? What do you mean catchy? Well, catchy's good. That's the Beatles are good. But then we're at the after thing, we're at the table having fun talking and stuff. And it came out that I have a private jet. It was a Citation 10, brand new, taking me back. At that point, I was living in the Bay Area. So I said, you should jump on. Yeah, for sure. So for about 2 hours, he was coming on the jet. It was going to be really fun hanging out with him. Oh, my God,
how fun.
And then the guy came over, whatever. Somebody came over and said, oh, sorry, the jet can't drop you off in Napa, California, and then take Kevin to Santa Barbara.
Why not?
Then it was a big wah, wah. So but then this is the part where, and I was like saying, yeah, but we could drop him off. I was just kind of embarrassed in a way. Why do I have a jet? Fucking Kevin. And then he was so cool about it. No, this doesn't matter. It's fine. Yeah. He was just, and not even for 1 second, 1 millisecond did he go, what, that guy getting a jet? And I'm not. So anyway, that's a showbiz story right there.
Oh, yeah. I saw a clip of Yellowstone the other day. He goes, hey, Rip, hire someone here and don't hire some sissy. Like, okay. Then they hire a girl that's like sort of a redneck girl. That's the only clip I just saw.
There is no more alpha male show, and it was a sleeper. It built the whole Taylor Sheridan empire. Now we have Landman. But when I first started watching Yellowstone, because I love that. I was bullied as, I was a little kid, so I love the idea. You and me are going to tussle. You want to throw down, come on. Every guy wants to beat the shit out of someone else for just looking at him the wrong way.
Yeah, I love
you talking to me, I'll talk back to you with my fist.
I'll beat your fucking ass. Yeah, he has a cool, gruff voice in it. Love Costner. I love we're talking about Costner, the only guy that is not in the show, but he is cool, and everyone needs to understand that it's really fun to see him in the real world. I'm going to do a Dana and hold this. Hey, folks, what's going on? A little crowd work?
Yeah, do a little.
Hey, folks.
Have you tried the veal?
You guys married? Here's what I do when I do crowd work. I go, they always have shitty appetizers, so I go to a couple. I go, what'd you guys have there? Chili bites? And they're like, no, I let them answer. What'd you guys have? And they're like, oh, hot dog, mini wieners. And I go, no, that's not a good one. Hey, what'd you guys have there? I'll do it to you, Dana. And then you say,
what do I say?
You say pizza bite.
Well, normally they're having pizza bread or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, say pizza bread.
Okay.
Hey, you guys together? Yep, say yes.
Yep. Yes.
What are you guys having?
Pizza bread.
Oh, anniversary or something. Anyway, then I walk over here.
So the joke is for an anniversary, they're just having pizza bread.
Yeah, no. And I look around. I go, "What'd you have? A big pretzel? Oh, anniversary, birthday, or something."
My
Like
biggie, my go-to is
great.
this. I think it was great. I just want
It's
to know
great, thank you.
if you use this joke. We're going back to the 80s.
And I will whatever you say.
It changed. Heckler heckles, right? Okay. So heckle me. Hey, I'm Dana Carvey, and what's going on? Hey.
Oh, hey. What? Bring on the last guy.
Hey, man. I don't come to Jack in the Box and bother you when you're working.
God, applause.
It would kill. And you know what the 2025 one is?
Yeah.
I don't come to your job and slap the dick out of your
mouth while you're
working.
working.
That one. That always kills. A little X-rated for me, though.
Yeah, it's a little, Dana, you can work clean. You and Nate Bargatze.
No, Nate is perfectly clean.
Oh, I will tell you one more story before we get into it. I land. I run into Anya Taylor-Joy on the plane.
Oh,
on the flight. Yeah, she was on the flight with her husband. Cool dude. I love her. Very cool to see someone like that dressed like a London suede shorts or something. She looked great. Anyway, so blah blah blah. Go eat by myself when I land, and there's nothing the first night. So Chris Rock talked about maybe we'll do a set or we'll go do stand up or something. Why not? So I get there by myself. I eat at Houston's. I know it's not New Yorky enough.
Yeah.
But when I was in Houston, I ate at Manhattan's.
Good night.
So
try the wine. Try the view.
So I go. So Nate Bargatze is in town, and I forgot that he was here. And he said,
hey, Nate Bargatze, is he a Nazi? He's not, but it rhymes. If it rhymes, you got to say
exactly.
It.
It's funny. So then Nate says, I'm at this comedy club. You want to go do a set? And I said, yeah. What about the Comedy Cellar? And he said, we'll go there next. So I met him. We drove to the Comedy Cellar. On the way, Rock is in bed. It's not that late, but he goes, I'm just laying around. I go, you want to come out? If you go to the cellar, I will. And I go, okay. So we go to the cellar.
So he's almost asleep. He's in pajamas. And if he goes to a certain comedy club, he gets up, gets off his slippers.
It's like 10:30. So he puts on this beanie, comes down. So then we go, and you have to bump everybody. And that's the hard part. So Leslie Jones is on, I think. So they already have a good lineup. And then I go, Nate, why don't you go up, bring me up. I'll bring Chris up.
So you're going to follow Nate.
There's no winning. Leslie's hard to follow. Nate will fucking kill.
Leslie's hard to follow. She's a pistol.
She goes, I did your favorite crowd work. I go, oh yeah. When she was on the podcast, we talked about crowd work.
People that are civilians, quick insert, and I talked to some people today, they think crowd work is the bravest, hardest thing any stand-up could do. They just think, would you ever, I saw this guy, Matt Rife. He did his whole thing was crowd work. That was amazing. Do you think you could do that too, or you'd be too scared?
Could you ever?
Well, you don't have to write any material, and you record 5 shows. Matt is great at crowd work, but it is kind of nice. Material is hard. Go ahead with your story.
Yeah.
So you're down at the cellar. You're following.
I'm not a crowd work guy, but it's actually too hard for me. I would get lost. You got to go. This couple is here, and why don't you go home with them? And if you really are in that vibe, it fucking kills. It's great. Mm-hmm. So anyway, and so this is all one show, right? So I go, oh, they're getting a pretty good show. And then they go, oh, are you kidding? You know who was just on before you that popped in? Mulaney, Steve Martin, Martin Short. So it went those 3, Leslie, and then us 3, and that's just one show.
Okay, hold on. You're blowing my mind. Are you saying that Steve Martin got up and did stand-up at the cellar?
Yeah, practice stuff with Martin. And then Marty got up with him.
Oh, with Marty. Yeah.
They said he got up alone. I saw a picture of him alone up there.
Oh, I see. You think, okay. All right. Well,
seeing Steve Martin do in a club would be, the end all and be all. Because growing up with Steve Martin and listening to his albums, knowing every move from the albums, picturing it, just so cool.
I just reread his book. It's the second time I read.
Oh, right. You were talking about that.
Yeah. So
it's called Standing Up, Life Standing Up, or what is it called?
A little bit of his childhood, but basically him starting out in Disneyland and then Knott's Berry Farm.
Was he a magician or something?
Yeah. Magician and a magician comedian, and then eventually comedian or deconstructing stand-up. And they show you in the book, it's kind of cool, his notebook and his notes.
Oh, wow.
And he wrote in there, when the tricks don't work, it's funnier. So like being a bad magician. So it's really an interesting look into the mind of.
Well, listen, Steve Martin can't do any better. Martin Short, just picture those crushers, and Mulaney.
God, and then you got Leslie Nielsen, and then you waltz in there.
and
then little David, and then you come in and crush.
You know how it is. They always give you big applause. They go crazy, and then you start talking like, "What the fuck?"
I hate that. Did they give you like, let's keep this going? This guy's everywhere. One of the funny. Did they give you the big booming intro?
Well, it was Nate. So he was pretty cool about it. And then
he introduced you. Yeah.
With Chris, I was just like, okay, I'm done. Well, here's Chris Rock. So they go crazy, but Chris goes, lower your expectations. Because there's really almost no way you can try new material. And I wasn't ready. I've been on the movie so much that I haven't really done it. So I'm like, wait, I got a little buzzed at dinner, and I'm like, I don't want to go on. Then I got there, and I go, I'll do a couple. Here's the best joke of the night for me.
All right, this is what I want to hear.
This is to the manager before I go on. Unfortunately, it's obviously not on stage. Was I?
Yeah, but now it's going to beam out on this podcast. Go ahead.
Yes, this is a joke that will be funny to comedians. They said, okay, so Nate's bringing you up. You bring up Chris. I go, great. I go, how long's Nate doing? They go, about 10. They go, how long are you going to do? I go, I'll do about 12, 14. And they go, okay, when do you want the light? I go, give me the light at 30. Because obviously every comic just stays forever, but they act like they're not going to go on for a long time.
I know, if the crowd's hot. But let me ask you a question. This is Inside Baseball Alert. You can put up a chyron, Greg.
Okay.
I don't like to get a light because I never see the light go on. I'm just not looking in the right place. Okay. So at one point I look up and the light's on, and I wonder, how long has it been on?
I get it. Yep.
And have I gone over and didn't know it? So then I panic, I get quiet, I drop the mic, and I kind of slump off, and it's like, one clap.
Yeah. If they say, for more Inside Baseball, if they say, we'll give you the light, you're headlining, right? We'll give you the light at 45, do 50. Okay. And like you said, you don't watch on, you're like, I feel like it's time. And then finally you see like a flicker, guy's got a candle. I'm like, wait, I should have said, what's the light? Because usually it's a flashlight directly in your eyes going pow, pow. Or just turned on
so
off.
A guy lit a candle?
So there's someone's like got his watch on and he's blinking it one time at a club. And I'm like, he goes, I gave you the light. I go, that was the light? I thought
your Apple Watch?
Yeah. I was like, I thought you're
400 feet away?
Yeah. I'm like, we got to figure out what the light is, because like you said, I did a corporate and they said, do this much. And there was no time on the there's supposed to be a timer on the stage, like a small clock over here. And then I don't have my watch on. Now I'm just fucking free balling and raw dogging. And I'm like, I think this is my act. This is about the time. But you go 1 minute under, they can say, didn't do your time per the contract.
Okay, here's another inside baseball alert. They ask you sometimes at corporate dates, they got a big clock.
Yeah.
Do you want it to go from 0 to 60?
Oh,
or
great one.
60 counting down?
Great one.
And when it's counting down, I get kind of nervous. It's
I can't do it.
Weird.
You know why? Because I can't remember which way I said.
Yeah.
So it says 22 minutes. I go, wait, have I been on?
38?
Yeah, have I been on? And then I go, how much more is 20? I say just count it up. So I know when it gets to 50 or 60, I'm done.
Yeah. Don't do any math.
Counting down is rough because I can't tell how much I want.
I had one gig fairly recently, casino, maybe 1,500 people. They're packed. A friend was with me opening Larry Bubbles Brown. We go backstage, nobody. We go up the stairs to nobody. We look out the audience, hub, bub, bub, bub. It's 8:00, ready for the show. Nobody.
What the fuck is going on?
Hello, is anybody? Do we just start? Do we start? Nobody. And then we see up these stairs behind this thing, this vague light. There's a guy sitting up there, a silhouette of a guy. So we climb up the stairs and we sort of knock on the window, and he's just like surfing the web, looking over his shoulder. Oh, what? Okay. It's starting any time. It's like 15 minutes late. That's only happened once. It was very interesting.
Well, they didn't even let the audience in yet.
No, the audience is in, just talking, just going 8, 10. But the mic wasn't on backstage, and nobody was there. Just nobody backstage. So this is the terrifying part for you people out there going, I'm going to try stand up. This is the stuff that can happen.
I was thinking of those. I was going to tell you about the government spending that's in the news, and how I saw Kennedy, our boy, going through it, and it's funny anyway. And then he always acts so casual and
he
quizzical.
Is the greatest show on
So
television.
unreal.
It's like Andy Griffith from Matlock Lives. You can't even believe he's a senator.
The aw shucks senator.
Aw shucks, he's shuffling papers, and everything is slow motion and really clear. This is exactly what he said. It's not a bit. He goes, my friends on the other side of the aisle, this is about taxes, always ask, who's going to pay more? Who's going to pay more? But they never ask, where the hell did the money go to? Your words, not mine. So he is just so funny listing off all these agencies and all these quirky expenses.
I read through this and said, can I have a puke bucket? He literally said that. I need a puke bucket because
this is
12.6 million on finding a cure for monkeys with dandruff. With dandruff in Indonesia?
$5 million to find out whether frogs like the way they look. Excuse me. Do frogs even see?
Is it for mirrors? Because I can get you a better deal on a mirror.
This is from the NIR, National Institute of Research. These are real. $800,000. Do dogs think we should all walk on fours? 800,000.
6.9 million. Our dogs bothered when we pet them.
$1.5 million. Do red ants know they're red? Why? Why do ants have to know the color?
1.2 billion. That's a B. For men to find out, are blue balls a real ailment? Or is it just a hoax?
The funniest part is the specificity of the number. Yeah. 2.7 $2.7 billion to the NRI is an orgasm similar to a sneeze. $2.8 billion.
And I hate to pull the plug because you might have almost figured that one out at this point, but you didn't get there yet. We're still paying.
We have to escalate.
Yeah.
$6 billion to find out if the name pickup truck encourages casual sex. And the
72. Am I reading this right? 0.81 billion to find out if Miley Cyrus is still talking to her dad because he's a drinker.
Okay, here's the other one.
Can we call her?
$3,200 to the NIR.
Yeah.
Why do teenage girls say the word like so much? Like we went there, like we did that. $3,200 of taxpayer money.
1.6 billion to find out if you ghost someone, it's related to the paranormal. Now, this feels like a waste.
$420,000.
Oh, it's lower.
Taxpayer money. I like to mix it up.
Yeah, I like it.
The man who invented the idea of calling someone being assaulted mugged was actually drinking out of a mug when he thought of that term. 427.
Let me get this straight. $182.
What?
So David Spade can get some more crowd work? That's all it takes. Give him more.
$1.58 to pay people on the street to remember in the moment what was the name of David Spade's last Netflix special.
Oh shit! I don't have any more. I can't. Think
No, that was a good one. Go with we'll mix
Those
it
are
up.
funny.
Well, it's hard to exaggerate. This is just for our audience. I mean, we know that some of these, USA aid thing were just so ridiculous. So I just thought the only way to escalate it is to go to like what?
Yeah.
But they're not that much of an exaggeration.
No.
With some of these things. So there you go, folks. Try to laugh.
Frog testicles. He really gets into things. It's
the
fun.
average circumference of a frog testicle.
Circumference.
$68 million. Your taxpayer money.
Have we found this out yet? Is it that much of a conundrum? Will life go on if we don't know? Give me my puke bucket.
I like the puke bucket.
It is funny. He goes, it's the best is when he goes, we spend $82 billion helping countries that hate us. Can we spend nothing and they'll still hate us?
I know. All this stuff is slow motion country logic. We give away $1 trillion to organizations that want to blow up England just so Trump can't call it the red, white, and blue land. That's the name they actually want for Greenland.
No.
Yeah, we're going to call it
better.
red, white, and blue land.
We can brainstorm a better. Gulf of America. It's a little hacky, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
But red, white, and blue land is really like third grade. Come on.
It's hard to say. Red, right, blue land.
Red, right.
Red,
it's like
ribbon,
saying
blue
Saturday Night Live. I can't believe for all those years I said Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live. I called it Even More America. So that was my name for it.
How about charge for it and call it America Plus? Like they do on Apple Plus.
57,000 Inuit Native Americans from Greenland occupy.
They don't even have a Costco.
Yeah. They live in a very primitive manner. We can make them millionaires, and perhaps they do our bidding.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to some stories or something, and then
before it's
Spade's
too late.
got to take a shower because I'm like so gross.
Are you going? Well, we'll talk about it.
There's something for Lauren tonight, but it's also Rock's birthday. So it's his 60th birthday. So
yeah.
Heather, make sure I go grab my card from Thrifty. I'll go by CVS. Okay, hang on. Violent diarrhea bug is dubbed the Ferrari of viruses. Why would you call it the Ferrari of... Well, that would be good. Why would you call it the Ferrari? This is CDC.
You would say it's not violent. It's when I think of a Ferrari, I think of fast. The speediest of viruses.
The speed of your poop going through your body. Is that what they mean? Hitting all the turns?
Well, we're still back with Kennedy. We're to figure out what to call the current diarrhea.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Did you know what I read yesterday that sounds fake? I don't even know what it sounds like. They go, do you know what COVID stands for? And the COV, COVID-19. Oh, we can figure it out. Look it up, Heather. But they go, what's the 19 stand for? And they go, AI. First letter is 1. I is the 9th letter or something. And I was like, and they were like, woo. And you know, on Instagram, they have music like, woo. Like they have scary music under it. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm scared. I don't get why that's scary. They said COVID is AI. I'm like, well, I don't know about that. It sounds kind of scary. It doesn't really mean anything.
The COVID SARS made it seem more dark.
Oh, they say coronavirus. That's C in the V.
Coronavirus?
Virus. The D is for. Hold on.
Hang on. Here comes Heather to the rescue. It's not that riveting, but okay, we'll go to the next story anyway.
The one that still kind of denotes really hard laugh for me is still the face tilted with the tears coming out of it. You know that one? And then
that's
the tears
really
are laughter.
hard laughing. Yeah.
You get 3 of those, you're still happy, but you know.
I mean, they have the straight one with tears. They have smiley.
Right, but the tilted.
That's a full.
But isn't it a little weird
seizure?
When you know what you said or what you typed wasn't really that funny and you get like 10 like
that's when you know people are faking it.
Yeah, fakers.
They write back LOL. I say LOL as a joke of how stupid it is. Like I'll write something to someone and then I put my own LOL on it. Like
Would you rather get multiple LOLs or 15 haws back to back?
I know there was a study on this. For $4.8 billion, we found that people would rather get just an LOL.
I would say many people, your experience, not mine, would rather have multiple haws because that takes more energy to do.
Multiple haws.
H-A.
No, here's a trick I do, and I've probably done it to you. I text you something, and no one says anything, so I put a ha-ha on mine. And so someone might accidentally think, oh, someone thought that was funny. And they're like, oh, it was Spade. He did it on his own.
I did this once to someone just for fun, that everything they said, even if it was straight, I would just put a ha-ha on it.
I know. It's super
and they thought I was crazy. Kept going, yeah, so we'll meet you at the movie theater. Ha-ha.
Some people put LOL just awkwardly, and it makes no sense. And it makes me nervous. All right, so I'll see you at the movies. Like, okay, LOL. And I'm like, what?
Or heart seems a little too emotional sometimes.
What's a gray heart?
A gray heart? I have no idea.
Heather?
Gray heart?
If a girl sends a gray heart. What's purple? What's yellow is sympathy. In roses it is. I don't know. Heather doesn't know.
What the D in COVID
No, she's still working on what COVID means.
Coronavirus disease.
Coronavirus disease.
So where'd they get the V?
Virus.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, for virus. COVID
disease.
Newsflash, the flu that I got, influenza A, way worse than COVID. COVID bombed this one.
When I had COVID, I had it twice, and it was not that big a deal. If you didn't tell me there's a national emergency, I wouldn't have noticed.
The gray one.
There's gray. You just had it. White heart represents love, support. I'm doing those all wrong.
Fascinating.
The blue one means I have blue balls, right? Yeah. Okay, next one.
Mm-hmm.
Company offers 200. AI company offers 200,000 for rights to your face and voice on their robots forever. Would you do it?
No, not enough, man. How about 20 million?
But what if you're a normal person? Would you say?
Oh, a regular person. They just
grand?
They just
Fuck
like.
yeah.
But then they can have
shots?
your digital copy having pornographic sex with a giraffe. I mean, what do you mean?
Nope, we're not going to tell you anymore. Just, do you want the money or not?
Geez, this is a toughie.
This is a tough one. I think most people would say yes. They don't give a shit. 200 grand to do nothing? Let's look in the comments.
Is that net?
Oh, no. Nothing's ever net. That's the thing. When people go, how much you make? Net. I go, well, no one ever is paying you net.
Well, you're paying net whenever you pay someone in cash. People love cash, and that is net.
Who are
Except
you?
for
Fucking,
employee.
this guy's Netanyahu over here. Because you say you want it net, so they call you Netanyahu.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I sound like that's a Dennis Miller joke.
They say you want nets, and they think you're like a amateur tennis player. You know?
This guy's got more nets than Netanyahu. All right, one more. Let's see what else is
David
going
just
on.
having a banana.
I'm having a banana in the middle because I'm dying. Okay, don't play this yet. This isn't a good example, but whenever I see pranksters on my page making people look stupid, throwing like a ball in their head and then look, oh, who threw that? Prankster's life is, I look cool, you look stupid, I make money from it. I don't love that equation, Dana. So this one is just a page of pranksters where it doesn't work right. Here's one example.
Which way are you going? Which way are you going? Which way are you going?
I hate to say it's funny, but what is the joke?
It's a prank. It's a prank. So we got a prank.
And they always say it's a prank, like anyone cares.
It's a prank video. It's a prank video. It's a prank. It's a prank. We got camera right there. We got camera right there. We got cameras.
Well, then I feel like, is this a prank?
This is it,
You
but
see the camera right there.
they always go to like gangbangers.
Well, why would you trip?
What are you bitches doing here? And everyone's like, what did you say? And then they go, hey, it's a prank. But these guys will either, I've seen two guns drawn. Yeah. He's trying to
the
fuck
guy
with
could
them.
have broke his nose.
Right. He doesn't, they don't think it through. They just go, this will be so great if the guy goes, hey. But a lot of people just go, I'll knock you out. You're trying to start shit. People have hard days. They don't need.
Well, you're more trustworthy than I am. I'm not saying you're gullible, but I believe the prank was actually the guy who got tripped was actually in on the prank.
Well,
maybe
usually the ones I've seen, they connect when they hit where it's.
I'd have to see that again to see, because the camera was behind him. If they knew it was coming.
Dana, are they trying to trick me? That's scary.
I would want to do, if I did it at Johnny Knoxville, and other people have done it, where you're just in prosthetic makeup and you're like an old man or something asking for directions or something like that.
He does that, and he had his nuts out of his shorts, an old man. And he was going to outdoor patios, and he'd walk by slowly, and he'd graze it against their leg or table. And people go, what? Now, that was funny.
Now, that was hilarious. And that's what you call a prank, because you know what? He's not an old man. He's a very young man.
But no one's getting mad because they think he's an old man, so no one's going to beat him up. But
exactly.
It's a risky biz. All right, another one. Okay. I don't know what this is. People cannot always be trusted. I feel like this will bomb, but let's try it.
Why you can't always trust people. Once, Sony organized a focus group with their customers to decide the best color for their new Walkman to make its launch as successful as possible. Some voted for red, others for blue, but the yellow Walkman got the most votes.
Yes.
At the end of the survey, Sony thanked everyone and told them they could choose a Walkman in any of the 6 colors they had just voted on. And guess what? Most people picked the black one. Yep, black.
So everyone said yellow's their most popular, and then when push comes to shove, they got the free one and chose a different color.
Well, they're like, I don't want yellow, but I think that's what people would like.
Oh, okay.
And then they go, but it worked.
Makes me kind of nostalgic, when Walkmans came in, or the first iPod, and it was so primitive. You could upload 1,000 songs on it. The lo-fi world, there's a little bit of boomer nostalgia for it.
People don't realize 1,000 on an iPod Shuffle was bananas, because you could only have an album with like 6, 8, 10 songs, and you go, wait, and that was this big, or a CD, and you go, I don't even know how it works.
We had a tech guy come over our house. This is like 2003 or something. And he's doing stuff. And he's a really nice guy. He's actually a magician. He did all these tricks for us. And then he kind of goes, do you like Apple products? Because I really like them. That's the only stock I invest in. I'm not a stock guy. He was just being sincere. It was a casual conversation. But I just buy Apple stock because I like their products. And
that's a
he
sincere
left, and I just said, "Fuck that guy with his Apple stock bullshit."
Yeah, he's had an attitude,
and now he owns part of the Carolinas,
and 2 islands in the Caribbean.
It's one of those things. Missed it by that much.
I missed it by. I got into Apple during Rules Engagement, me and Oliver Hudson, and then I got out. I can't always sit in everything. Even I buy a car, like an old car, is kind of fun. But the fun is buying and selling them. And so you drive around, you have your fun, then you go, all right, I want a different one to play with. It's kind of fun.
Expensive hobby, but you can always sell them for more most of the time.
If you have a good one that's super high quality, then you can always it's a push or you make a little.
Well,
I'll take a push. You just got something fun for
right now.
years.
What would be a surprising car from the 60s that goes for a lot of money?
Oh, those Hemi Cudas are a lot of money. They're over $1 million.
What about a Chevy Impala, perfect condition?
No,
Not so
I mean
much?
they go for it's the rarity usually. So the bigger the engine, the more options they have, the color of the paint. They really cool stuff. So I still like a lot. I like old 72 trucks now. So now here I am on Instagram talking to these truck guys going, what she got under the hood? I like that old patina paint, green or beat up, blue or black. And I wouldn't mind that. What am I hauling? But I like them. They're cool.
Everybody in my neighborhood, boomer flashback, had a Volkswagen Bug. And a friend of mine got a vintage one that was just in a garage, just untouched, like a 67 red Volkswagen Bug. They're kind of nostalgic,
The shape is a big deal, like how good a shape they're in. Just like coin collecting, I used to do. Nerd alert. 1916D Mercury dime. Beautifully uncirculated condition.
My brother Brad, who I play bass guitar on, talks like this. He was a real coin collector and a science type kid. So he had this fabulous coin collection with dimes and nickels and quarters, And so Scott and I, we wanted some candy. It was Saturday and we needed money. We didn't have any money. So we went into his room, found his coin collection, and took all his
Shut the fuck up.
and put them in a machine down by the puppet hound to get candy out of it. And someone found those coins later, and it made the local paper.
Oh, 1955 double D Buffalo nickel. That's somebody right there.
And we got some, jawbreakers with that,
Oh,
jawbreakers kind of sucks.
Played fucking asteroids. Bing, bing.
Played Pong at a pizza party.
Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, something like that.
It was one little thing going back and forth.
That was great. Pong was great.
Yeah.
I did see Michael Myers today. Says hi to you. Everyone says hi, of course.
We've been
super
texting.
fun.
Yeah.
That show last night, I'll just wrap up by saying that the music show last night was really fun. I didn't know what it would be like. I came in during Miley, who I love, and I just saw the end because I was late. I didn't even get to the press line or anything. And then, but they had they had Will Ferrell and Anna Gass there doing their thing.
I love those two characters.
They were singing Kendrick.
Yeah.
It was great. They had Lauryn Hill, who I'd never seen anywhere. Never seen her anywhere.
Yeah. A lot of people, what I noticed on the Saturday Night Live concerts, people went for it. Like Jack White really went for it. And Brandy Carlisle is like kind of otherworldly. And Gaga's obviously as good as you can sing. But
Gaga
Brandi
doing
Carlile
Dick in a
that
Box
song,
was really funny.
that was funny. But yeah, everyone really, man, Eddie Vedder, incredible. I mean, they all really went.
Eddie doing Tom Petty was great.
Committed.
And then he was going to be like, he played a pirate in this little sketch thing, quickie. But everybody was sort of up for anything. It was really fun. There was a lot more comedians up there doing sketches and bits than I thought. And
I did, yeah. And yeah.
It was just fun to see. I thought it was 2 hours, so I left. And it was another hour and a half.
Yeah. Post Malone with Nirvana.
Yeah. Adam introduced that.
You know, you just Kurt Cobain and Nirvana, as time goes on, just get shinier and brighter, where you just go, that was a moment. Those chord changes and those lyrics, they just sort of, it was grunge, but it just reinvented it, a little bit of John Lennon influence or something. But that Nirvana was huge, and it was Post Malone filled those shoes as best he could. He was amazing, really, really tough.
Yeah, look, it's super fun to see. I watched a clip this morning. I will tell you, Sarah Sherman was in that thing with me today, and she was like, "I'll come on with you guys tonight," but we didn't finish in time, and she had to get back home to get on to do it. So maybe she'll come on next week when it's a little slower, because she wanted to give us all the deets. And I saw Meryl Streep. I told you I sat in a chair, so she's doing something tonight, tomorrow, which would be great. It'll be fun. I don't know what it is. It just should be funny. And let's talk about it again. Well, it's already next week. It'll be a week after that. So it's okay. And good to see you. I will check in with you later, and I'll take a shower because everyone's complaining.
Have fun, whatever party you choose to go to.
Yeah, tonight's pretty mellow.
Must be nice to have your dance card full.
I know. I'm bored. You know, LA is, I don't do too much, so it's fun to have a couple things to do, but it gets a little bit of a grind. We had a late dinner last night. It was fun. Oh, we saw Paul McCartney running around the stage today, too. He's running around just sitting in the audience. I guess he has something, but of course you walk by and go, oh my God damn.
Right up there is the most famous guy on the planet right now.
I feel like he's up there. I mean, Keith Richards, I saw his name in a sketch. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't even know what he's doing. He was not there, but I'm like, I just love that he's in a sketch. Maybe he's doing a cutaway. Maybe he's doing everyone's pretty game. So good deal. All right. I will hit you later.
Hit me up later. Thanks.
Miss you.
Enjoy yourself. You know where to find me.
This has been a presentation of Odyssey. Superfly is executive produced by Dana Carvey and David Spade, Jenna Weiss-Berman of Odyssey, Heather Santoro, and Greg Holtzman. Hope you liked it.